가운데 일어나 걸어오셨으니
기도보다 두려워 우리들은 먼저 배워 서로를
정의가 영원히 빛과 함께하리니 빛의 왕국이 다시 세워지리라. 라이, 몸 괜찮니?
부서지고 가려고 내 마음이 헤어지고 갈라져도 see you 헤어지고 갈라져도 see you rise rise 일어나 네 안에 어둠 깨우고 진짜 모습을 알아내 기억해 결국 빛이란 걸 뒤엉켜버린 다른 길 끝내 마주해야 하네 가장 깊은 밤이 되어서야 빛을 부르니 내 머릿속에 언니 목속에 당신 어디에 결국 빛이란 걸
보아라, 나는 보복을 집행하는 엘리언의 대리자이다. 죄인들아, 내가 너희를 심판하러 왔노라.
Hello everyone and welcome to Calpheon Ball 2025 with myself, CM Endlave, and of course,
Hello everyone, I'm GM Laffy.
I'm CM Knox.
and yeah, it's time. Is everyone ready? What do we think of Savior there? It's looking good.
Looking really excited.
Yeah.
And it seems we usually have a new face on our Korean host actually today for our
Yes.
stream.
Yeah.
And they're introducing themselves and I think we're going to go into this picture-in-picture mode. Get ready, guys. Get ready.
You'll
Get
see us
ready.
again.
You're going to see us again. Get ready. Get ready.
But we can just go over how we're going to do the stream today. So we're going to each play a different role, going over the, voicing different of our devs today. So we'll try and, give you an experience that is clear and understandable.
Yeah, we're doing the double.
We're doing this live.
We're doing this live.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Same picture.
Yeah, picture-in-picture, triple picture.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So yes.
You're
So
gonna
yes. I will be reading out Je-Seok. And well, we'll go over that.
we're spoiling who's gonna be on the wall, but yeah, you're gonna be reading
Yeah.
I'll be Wansu.
Yes.
We're just about to actually invite them to the stage, so let's let's get ready.
Yes. There we go.
So here. There they are.
Okay.
And here are executive director.
네, 어서 오세요. 지금 라이브를
it seems our
시청하고 계신
subtitles aren't
검은
exactly
사막
matching.
Yeah,
모험가
subtitles are
여러분들께서
spoiling.
인사를 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 여러분 안녕하세요. 저는
Greetings, adventurers. I'm Je-Seok Jang, Director of Black Desert Live Service.
반갑습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 검은 사막
Greetings,
게임 디자인
adventurers.
실장
I'm Wansu Yang,
잘
head
부탁드립니다.
of Black Desert
네,
Game Design.
반갑습니다. 두 분 오늘
And I think we've
모험가님들을
had them
위해서
before
준비한
for the last
소식을 좀잘
couple of balls,
전해주시기를
and
바라겠고요.
Yeah.
where
그럼 순서를
they
바로
introduced and
시작해보겠습니다.
I think
자, 재성님,
we've
오늘
seen
시작부터
the class as Savior,
클래스 영상을
and
바로
now
보여주셨는데요. 오늘
we've had this
이렇게
trailer.
시작한 항상 이유가 있으시다고요?
Yeah, they're
And
very
let's see
happy.
why.
네, 저희가 올해
Earlier
여름에
this summer, we
세이비어라는
first revealed our new
신규
class
캐릭터를
Savior,
먼저
and the
공개했었잖아요.
response was incredible. We knew the
당시에
wait
정말
for
많은
release
분들이
had
좀
felt
좋아하셨기
extra long
때문에
for everyone.
이
So
출시까지
this
기다리는
time,
시간이
we wanted
너무
to
길게
introduce our newest class to you as soon as
그래서
possible.
이번에는 신규 클래스 그냥 빠르게 먼저 소개를 해드리고 싶었습니다.
네, 저도 영상을 함께 집중을 해서
And our host was
봤는데요.
also very
이
excited to
대검
see
역해,
a
이게
great sword
단어
class.
자체만으로 참 마음을 울리는 많은 분들의
And
로망인 걸로 알고
I think
있습니다.
there is a lot of hype for this
맞습니다.
kind of
그래서
class.
Yeah.
저희가 이번에
Absolutely.
캐릭터를
That's why we
제작할
felt
때
a lot of
더
pressure to
잘해야
get everything
한다는
just
부담감도
right.
있었는데요.
네.
But the whole team
저희
gave it their
다들
all.
최선을 다해서
So I really hope
만들었으니까
you'll all
재미있게
have a great time
즐겨주셨으면
playing her.
좋겠습니다.
I'm sure
아마
everyone's got a
지금
ton of
캐릭터에
questions
대해
about the new
궁금하신
class,
게 참 많을
and we'll be
것 같은데요.
answering them very
조금
soon.
후에 바로 해소해 드리겠습니다.
네,
Yeah, our
알겠습니다.
subtitles are
자,
very
그럼
far
잠시
ahead.
후부터
Yes.
차차 우리 궁금증을
Just listen to
함께
us, that's
해소해
all.
드리고요.
Very important.
Ignore the
여러분의
subtitles, I
가지고
guess.
And our
라이브로 진행을 하고 있습니다. 지금 여기 계신 두 분께서도 함께 저희 채팅창을 보고 계시거든요.
And
많은
both
분들이
are
이거 녹화 방송이냐고
everyone on
물어보시는데
stage has
저희
actually a small screen where they're able to see all the
생방송입니다,
chats.
자, 두 분도 그럼
Ah.
이
So
소통을
they're going
한번
to be
해주시겠어요?
like
자,
taking
안녕하세요,
questions and
여러분.
answers from chat.
오, 엄청 많이 올려주고 계세요.
Well, let's see.
네, 안녕하세요 여러분. 저희 아까 채팅 보고 있는데 저희한테 뭐 긴투 무락하라고 하셨는데 그거 아니고요. 네, 저희 라이브로 하고 있고요.
Yeah, he's also
네.
mentioning that like he'll be reacting live, and
쌍둥이
sometimes these
아니고요.
subtitles will not match what they're saying because they're going to be reacting live to what's going on.
Yeah.
아, 네, 좋습니다. 많은 분들이 또 이렇게 많이 반가워 주시기도 하고 뭔가 또 온라인이라서 한편으로는 좀 아쉽다는 얘기도 있었던 것 같아요.
아, 네, 일단 지금 소리 작다고 하는데 이거 한번 챙겨주시면 좋을 것 같고.
네.
이번에 저희 칼페온 연회가 좀 온라인으로만 진행하다
Yes, that's
보니까
right. Since this year's Calpheon Ball is online, I know a lot of people wish we could meet in person, and we feel the same. Normally, this was a chance for adventurers and developers to celebrate together, so we understand that some of you may feel disappointed. We're truly sorry about that, but don't worry, we've prepared a ton of exciting activities for you today. We hope you're looking forward to what we have in store.
반갑다고 하시는 분들도 많고
And,
너무 많은
like,
이야기를
yeah, we're seeing a lot of,
계십니다. 자,
across all chats and,
저희가 실시간으로
lot of hype from that trailer,
피드백도
right?
좀 확인을 하면서 진행을
Yeah.
하도록 할게요. 자, 그럼 이제 본격적으로 연애를
Alright.
시작해
Time
볼까요?
to start, I guess.
아, 네, 우선
Yes,
좀 전에
just a
저희가
moment
신규
ago,
클래스,
you all watched the new
트레일러를
class trailer.
감상하셨는데요.
Before we
자세한
dive
소개에
into
앞서서
detailed
세라핌의
introduction, let's
기본
start by
정보를
watching
담은
a commentary
코멘터리 영상과
covering Serap's basic
그리고
info,
세라핌의
followed by a look
전투
at a
영상까지
combat
먼저
gameplay.
감상하시겠습니다.
이 검으로 정의가 빛과 함께하리니 성광을 입히소서. 두려워하라. 복수와 어둠을 단죄할 것이니. 죗값을 치르라. 자비는 필요 없다.
안녕하세요.
Greetings, adventurers.
저는 검은
I'm
사막
Kyung-Duk
스튜디오의
Woo,
게임 디자인 실장
head of Black
우광덕입니다.
Desert Game
모두가
Design.
여러분께 개발명
Today,
세이비어로
we're
소개할
finally
수 없던
revealing
신규
our new
캐릭터가
class, codenamed
세라핌이라는
Savior,
정식 이름과 함께
now officially known as
여러분 앞에
Seraph.
소개되었습니다.
Since her
지난
first
연애에서
reveal
처음
at the
공개한
last
이후
ball,
많은 분들이
the
너무
excitement
기대해주셔서
from adventurers
부럽기도
have been
하고 한편으로
incredible.
부담도 컸는데요.
It's been
이렇게
exciting
영상에서
and
무언가를
honestly
이렇게
a
소개할 수 있어요.
little
그렇죠?
intimidating for our team.
그럼 바로
Now
세라핌을
that we're
소개하겠습니다.
ready to show her in her final form, I can't help but feel genuinely moved.
그동안
So,
많은 분들이
let's jump in
궁금해하셨던
and meet
질문입니다.
Seraph.
결론부터
First,
말씀드리면
the big
맞습니다.
question we've been
뭔가
hearing
여러분의
over and
기대가
over.
컸던 만큼
The short
이런
answer
기대에
is
부응하기
yes.
열심히
Knowing
해야죠.
how high your
세라핌의
expectations
제목은
were,
성각이란
we
이름의
put
대본이고요.
everything into
우리
meeting
손잡이
them.
끝에
Seraph's
물질을
main
가지고
weapon
있는
is her
장치가
great
있는데
sword,
이게 바로
the Sacramentum.
공인구라는 보조무기입니다.
At the hilt,
그리고
there's
이
a device
공인구가
that
풀리면
seems to
세라핌이
seal some
신성격의
sort of
원천을 사용할 수 있게
substance.
되면서
This is her sub-weapon, the Clavis. When the Clavis is unsealed, Seraph can draw on the very essence of sacred power, and her body begins to transform. In that state, she wields another greatsword, her awakening weapon. The form attack 1, then back off. If you press R and B within 5 seconds, you'll jump straight to the attack 2. This lets Seraph weave in dodges, cancels, and main skills without losing her combat flow. So, you can land your finisher exactly when you want. To help you understand, let's see how this works in action. Compared to Awakening Warrior, who focuses on speed and flexible cancels, Seraph's transitions aren't quite as free-form. However, thanks to Unshakable Will passive, she finds her own distinct combat rhythm that sets her apart from Awakening Warrior. Since both wield the greatswords, it's natural to compare the two, but the lore highlights their differences even more. Seraph's mentor is Enslar, while a warrior's is Goyen. In fact, the two share the same sword arts lineage. Enslar's learned the greatsword directly from Goyen's grandfather. So, in Eastern martial arts tradition, Seraph and Warrior are like martial siblings. Since Seraph began her training first, Warrior is technically the junior. Goyen and the Warrior's greatsword style, shaped by a mercenary life, is raw and practical, whereas Enslar's and Seraph's, as knights devoted to the divine, emphasize form and style. Comparing their approaches is part of the fun. Now, Seraph is an Ascension class like Scholar and Deadeye, but unlike the others, her weapon doesn't change when using Ascension skills. As explained earlier, her base skills use her greatsword, and her Ascension skills use an even mightier. Let's talk about the light-empowered Sacramentum. When you select Sacramentum using or absorbing Black Spirit Rage, maximize Seraph's secret power, letting you enjoy a fast, relentless combat style that can rival Awakening Warrior. The 100% Black Spirit Rage effect lasts for 60 seconds. It's not a long window, but during that time you'll feel the burst of speed and impact. Compared to the Darkness mode, light skills have a smaller attack area, so they're better suited for PvP. But you're not forced to use Darkness mode only for PvE. If you prefer the playstyles of a Holy Knight, Sacramentum works well in monster zones too. Just be ready, your hands will be busy in short bursts. On the other hand, if you choose Purgatum, Seraph taps into primordial energies. When she was first revealed, many of you noticed the black symbiote-like substance on her greatsword. When activated, it envelops Seraph, changing her hair and outfit, and making her sword even larger. Her skill attack area expands dramatically, and in exchange, her actions slow down and her mobility drops, but combat becomes easier and more comfortable, making it an ideal choice for PvE. To sum up, Seraph's Unshakable Will passive will lets you keep your combat rhythm without interruption. And through Black Spirit Rage or Absorption, you can call the light or the darkness to match your playstyle. We hope you'll enjoy Seraph's unique feel and action. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
I think we're a little
I
I thought I was actually a little bit behind.
Yeah, you're a little behind.
So I tried to catch up when I
You
looked
caught
up.
with the subtitles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
자, 우선
Also, do you think we can get the
우경덕
audio back?
실장님께서
Okay, yeah.
세라핌에 대한 소개를
Right.
해주셨고요.
and now, yeah, I think we're pretty excited. I'm pretty excited.
And it looks cool, right?
채팅창을 보니까 정말 많은 분들께서
And
뜨거운 반응을 보여주고 계신데요. 자, 그럼 두
For-
분께
although
마이크를 넘겨드리겠습니다.
It's a bit weird now. We're just at Savior, now it's Seraph. So
Yeah.
let's go into what?
Thank you. Allow me to officially introduce Seraph, the 31st new class coming to Black Desert. Earlier this summer, we teased her under the codename Savior. But today, we're excited to reveal her official name, Seraph. We've all just seen her in action, and we're genuinely curious to hear what you think. We've already seen a lot of discussion in chat about Seraph's unique presentation, split between light and darkness. Let's start with the combat design. Unlike other classes, Seraph uses no unique combat resource system. You can just focus on fighting. And it's only when you use or absorb Black Spirit Rage that you make a choice. Resource systems can make a class stand out, sure, but they can also break up the flow or feel cumbersome. So for Seraph, we wanted to minimize those elements and let you focus on the combat itself. The second big focus was the action field. When designing Seraph, our top priority was keeping that fresh feeling of a new class, while recapturing the vibe of our old classes. Veterans might know what I mean. Recently, new classes have been designed to lower the barrier of entry and reflect the preferences of long-time adventurers. So we've made them as approachable as possible. That's been great in many ways, but it also led to feedback that the thrill of all the classes, the structure and speed of their skills has been missing. With bigger skill attack areas, flashier effects and easier controls, many adventurers have said newer classes feel too mage-like. We totally get where you're coming from. So with Seraph, we wanted to break away from the trend a bit. That's why we referenced Awakening Warrior at last year's Calpheon Ball. We wanted Seraph's greatsword to shine with classic actions, including cancels and skills, all laid out in a way that feels tight and responsive. And with our Unshakable Will passive, we aim to restore the precise control and satisfying gameplay feedback in all the classes. Of course, we made sure her controls aren't too complex. We've tuned them to hit the right balance. So in short, Seraph blends the familiarity of classic classes with the freshness of something new.
A little head.
I'm a little hat.
Yes.
I'll let Wansu catch up to himself. Me. When am I caught up?
Were you keeping up with the subtitles?
Yep, no.
We've put a lot of effort into her, so we hope all adventurers will give her a try and discover what makes her unique and fun. I've also seen a lot of questions in chat, so let me quickly clear up a few points. Seraph is a damage reduction class, just like Warrior. She has both grapple and block skills. We'll go into more detail on her lore and backstory in our next video, so stay tuned.
Yes. We're slightly in the future, chat.
Yeah. Classic Laffy spoiling stuff once again, you know.
But
I'm not
we have one more video actually waiting for us.
We're going in on the
we're in the
lore
future.
and the backstory of the class very soon.
Indeed.
Roll the footage.
Greetings, adventurers. I'm Je-Seok, head of character and quest design here at Black Desert. It's been a while since we last connected, so it's great to be back with you all. Most of all, I'm excited to finally introduce Seraph, a class so many of you have been eagerly waiting for. You've just seen her combat in action. I hope you enjoyed the showcase. We poured our hearts into her story to help you fully immerse yourself in her journey. During development, we revisited concepts that have been shelved for years. If you visited the Holy College of Calpheon, you might remember Valkyries wielding greatswords, and back during the closed beta and open beta, we considered giving Valkyries greatswords, but the idea was never moved forward. That was actually our earliest concept for a female greatsword class, the very first spark that became Seraph. Now, that vision has finally become reality as a playable character. Her main outfit reflects the history, blending elements from Enslar and Valkyrie's Innocentus outfits. Our goal was to make Seraph feel fresh while fading naturally into the ranks of the Holy College of Valkyries. You might remember Margaret from Orbita in Edania earlier this year. With her, we tried something new as a story-driven... Oh, I'm actually ahead. As a story-driven introduction to the first class. Prestigious House Brandt, longtime court priests of Calpheon. But one mistake changed everything. Her father vouched for a friend's debt, which eventually brought the family to ruin. Despite their best efforts to recover, her parents passed away, leaving her alone. Orphaned at a young age, she was taken in by the Church of Elion. There, she escaped the cold and hunger, but everything came at a price. Chosen for a project to create holy knights, she had to endure harsh experiments, and what fate awaited her next, you'll discover in the Savior audiobooks and in-game story quests. Her Ascension questline is fully voiced, featuring a talented cast, including the returning voices of Margaret and Lara. Every line is fully voiced, and in Edania Orbita's main quest, you'll find exclusive dialogue when playing as Seraph.
그리고 에다니아 오르비타의 메인으로에는 세라핌 모험가님들을 위한 전용 스크립트도 마련되어 있습니다.
Chat no R spamming, okay? You gotta listen. If you want to play Seraph, you need to listen to the lore.
지금까지 검은 사막의
We hope you'll jump in and enjoy the journey. Today, we've explored Black Desert's 31st class, Seraph. Thank you for joining me in welcoming her.
출시에 대해 설명드릴 차례인 것 같습니다. 세라핌은 바로
Now, the question you've all been waiting for, her release date. Seraph is available starting today on the Global Lab, and you can try her right now. Her official release is next Wednesday, starting in Korea on December 17th, with a simultaneous global launch planned. We've worked incredibly hard to bring Seraph to life, and we hope you'll love playing her. Please spend some more time with her and share your feedback with us. Thank you.
So, what did you all think? Since Wusa and Megu, we've been putting extra effort into the lore behind each new character. We know a lot of you appreciate that approach. With your feedback in mind, for Seraph, you might have noticed she'd appeared early in Edania main questline, and we've shared her backstory through various media, including her audiobooks. We've really poured our hearts into Seraph this time, so we hope you will show plenty of interest and support for her lore and the main questline. Looking at you, chat. Now, we've been keeping a close eye on your live reactions, and it's clear many of you feel a bit let down by Seraph being an Ascension character. With the new Ascension classes launching back-to-back lately, I know many of you were really looking forward to an Awakening class that will continue to manage her with care going forward. With Ascension classes offering just one playstyle, every balance patch becomes even more critical. Some of you may feel uneasy about this, so it's even more important for us to stay on top of these classes and how they perform. We'll be watching this very carefully, and we'll keep refining and polishing her right up to launch. You have a great sword. What else do you need?
Yeah. Oh wow, I really like that.
Two
keyword.
great swords.
Two great swords.
Four-handed great swords.
Four-handed great sword.
그리고 당연하겠지만 저희가 신규 키트 만들 때 완성도 퀄리티는
so much
타협하지 않고
Mhm.
있는데
Oh,
세라핌
I thought I was on point with that, but then in the end,
Our subtitle's a little far ahead.
yeah.
네, 그리고
Wansu.
And as mentioned in the video, you'll be able to try out Seraph today in the Black Desert Global Lab after the ball ends. She'll launch on the KR server next week, December 17, and on global servers, December 18. Console Adventures, you'll get the update January 8 next year. We wanted to release it even sooner, but needed a bit more prep time. Thanks for your understanding. We've worked really hard on this, and we hope you have a cozy winter enjoying Seraph. Thank you.
이번 겨울 이 세라핌과 함께 따뜻하게 보내셨으면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
And I think that wraps up the news on Seraph. You can see how passionate they are with this development on Seraph, I think. With all the efforts they put into the story, the lore, integrating with the existing
It's super ahead.
And then, they're going to show on the screen what is actually going to be shared with us today.
그럼 지금부터는 저희가 준비한 업데이트 내용을 여러분께
From here on,
소개해드리겠습니다.
we'd like to
먼저
walk you through the updates
순서부터
we've prepared.
보여주시겠어요?
Could we get the agenda up on screen first?
네,
Thank you.
오늘 여러분께 소개할
What we're
내용들은
sharing today
검은
is a
사막을
broad look at
구성하는
Black Desert's
기존의
existing content with a
콘텐츠들을
focus on filling in the gaps and
점검하고
polishing what's already there.
부분을 채우고
In short,
다듬는 내용이
it's about
많습니다.
strengthening the
즉,
foundation.
내실 다지기입니다.
Many of you told us
현재
new
동안
content is
새로운
great,
것도 있지만 기존
but please tidy up the
콘텐츠를
existing stuff
정리해라라는
first.
그런
And we really do
여러분의
agree.
저희도
Some adventures may be disappointed by the lack of new content,
새로운
but
콘텐츠가
we
많지
believe this
않아
process
아쉬운
is essential.
모험가분들도 많이 계실
If
것
Black
같지만
Desert is going to grow and take the
그럼에도
next step,
불구하고 앞으로
you can
저희
think of the
게임이
combat system
더
overhaul
도약하고
we did
발전하기
this summer
위해서는
as the start of
이
that.
과정들이 반드시
Today,
필요하다고
we'll
판단하고
continue
있습니다.
from there and talk about our content
지난 여름
updates.
전투 시스템을 개편하고 정리하는 것이 그 시작이었다고 봐주시면 될 것 같고요. 오늘은 그 흐름으로 콘텐츠 개선에 대해 저희가 준비한
the
내용을
subtitles are zooming.
전달해드리겠습니다.
Again, spoiled about that.
현재 많은 분들께서
A lot of you have been
에다니아
wondering
출시
what the
이후에
state of the
현재
game
저희
is after
게임의
Edania
상황이 어떤지,
and
그리고
where
앞으로
things are
어떤
headed
방향으로
from
게임이
here.
진행되는지
We might not go into
궁금하실
every
것
tiny
같은데
detail today,
오늘은 그
but we'd
엄청
like to share the
자세하게
direction
저희가
we have in
생각하는
mind for
앞으로
Black Desert
검색하겠다는
going
것까지
forward. It's
함께
honestly
좀
a
이야기하는
bit of
것도
pressure,
좋겠습니다.
but we'll do our
많이
best to
도와드리는데
explain what we've
저희
prepared.
내실 많이 준비했으니까 많은 응원 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 그럼 첫 번째
Our
Shall
first
we know what's
topic
happening?
is PvE content.
콘텐츠입니다.
And we'll start with what
그중에서도
many
우선
of you
많은
are
분들이
probably most
가장
curious about.
궁금해하실 사냥터 이야기부터
Monster Zones.
시작해 보겠습니다.
When we completely overhauled our combat system this summer, we also made large-scale changes to monster zones. Some of the issues in the old system were resolved, and excitement around a new region and gear meant a lot of you responded positively. Let's take a look at some data together. Since July, your progression has climbed significantly. As you can see on screen chat. With the Sovereign sub-weapon and Edana's defense gear, average gear score has jumped up a lot. Gear scores have almost never risen this fast in Black Desert. Even if you factor in displayed AP increases from enhancements and upgrades, these numbers alone show how many adventures have been pushing their progression. As you can see,
from April to November,
750 or 17% went up to 35%.
And now the monsters.
Next is the distribution across monster zones. When we revamped the combat system, we aimed for a structure where you choose your monster zone based on your gear score. And you can see that usage of monster zones is fairly spread out in line with that growth. There's one notable exception though. With the Dark Hunger and high demand, Ulukita has become a hotspot. Because of that, we're seeing adventurers who should be at higher tier monster zones coming down to spend their time there instead. Looking at the data, the gear score of adventures in Ulukita is a bit higher than we originally intended. We saw that as an issue, so we increased the Rework accessory drop rates in the Edania monster zones. But we still feel it's not quite enough. We'll come back to how we plan to address this a bit later. Aside from that, you could say that overall monster zones are operating roughly as envisioned. But if you ask whether this situation is good, I'd have to say no. In the end, what matters isn't the data, but how the game actually feels to you. If we look at your growth over the last 6 months, we can see you've progressed much faster than we expected. Of course, we did make some forecasts based on past data, but maybe because it's been so long since new gear was added, you've grown even faster than we anticipated. As a result, we're now in a situation where geared up adventurers have fewer monster zones to choose from. On the KR server,
the top definitely have fewer clear goals to chase, and if they go to a lower monster zone, they naturally lose out. So many of you have voiced frustration about this, and we also see a lot of requests to remove the max AP limit, but the data shows many adventurers still have room to grow. On the KR server, the current average gear score for seasoned graduates is around 740. From that point on, things start to get gradually harder, and to reach the very top, your weapons need to be around Oct, and your accessories at novel deck, making the difficulty spike sharply. If we balanced the game right now around top-tier adventurers only, we felt we'd risk making things far too difficult for those still progressing and for new adventurers. So, to address this, we've prepared a few approaches, which are as follows.
As you can see on screen, our goal is to give those of you who've reached the highest level of gear more fun options to choose from. Second, as mentioned earlier, we'll be strengthening benefits for
top tier ones. Today, I'll introduce two of them, Star's End and Sycraia Underwater Ruins Abyssal. Both zones were once favorites among adventurers. Star's End stood out for its style of knocking down monsters and using down attacks. The Abyssal Zone had a dungeon-like feel, filled with ancient weapon monsters, and after the rework, these zones will require 395 AP and 460 DP, matching Zephyros. And it's not just stronger monsters. We're adding new mechanics and unique features for each zone. We've tried to give it a true top-tier feel, while keeping the down attack gameplay. When designing Edania's Part 1's monster zones, being the toughest at the time, we tried to make sure adventurers didn't face too many extra hurdles. That's why we used a low movement style with built-in breaks during combat. Many adventurers liked this, but the similar structure across zones had drawbacks. We understood this. For Star's End and Abyssal, we're giving them a distinct style from Edania, and we hope these will provide a fresh options for experienced adventurers. For now, we're preparing these 2 zones, and you might feel they're not enough, but more are in the works. We'll share details when they're ready. Now, let's discuss new regular monster zones. Since Sycraia Underwater Ruins Abyssal is getting a rework, we're also updating Sycraia Underwater Ruins Upper. This zone was known for the rich Merchant's Ring pieces, but with only 200 recommended AP, it felt underwhelming. So we've raised the recommended AP to 300 and reworked the overall structure. With the higher AP, we've boosted the ring piece drop rate, so crafting the ring's merchant ring isn't any harder than before. Next, a new... There we go. Nearly spoiled. Next, a new party zone in Edania. It's near Zephyros Castle. Designed for 3 adventurers to team up like Dark Secret's Retreat, it has multiple points for players to rotate through in battle. Required stats are 380 AP and 440 DP, similar to Orbita.
Oh, that's cool.
Party monster zone.
Let's go.
Okay. Black Desert's mostly focuses on solo zones, and we'll continue that approach, but we know many enjoy party PvE, and we want to keep those party zones alive, okay? After Olin's Valley, there were no new ones until now. We're adding more party-based zones to give you extra monster zone choices. And speaking of party zones, last year we announced updates to Gyfin Russia Temple and Mirumok Ruins with Dehkia's Lantern. Today, we can finally show you these changes that were never cancelled, Chan. Mirumok Ruins
Get ready.
was famous for its high EXP gain. A nostalgic spot for helping friends and guildmates. Gyfin Russia Upper has been popular during treasure events. With Dehkia's Lantern, Gyfin Upper will require 370 AP and 440 DP, while Mirumok will require 350 AP and 427 DP.
And you can see both of them on screen.
And there we go.
I think some of them have already seen these.
Yo, looks kind of familiar. For adventurers still growing, these zones bring more chances to team up and fight together. We hope you'll have a great time.
Yeah, our stuff is
Thanks
a
for
little
being
bit in the
patient, Chan.
future. Yeah, sorry about
We
that.
appreciate
It's been a
that.
long time coming.
Yeah.
Now, let's move on to loot.
Loot!
We've been exploring ideas for top tier zone loot, and here's our plan. Top tier monster zones are becoming an official category in the monster zone info. It's not just a label. They'll be properly categorized. For now, the reworked Star's End and Sycraia Underwater Ruins Abyssal and the Zephyros Monster Zone will be the 3 top tier zones. And they'll stay that way for a while. If new zones to me.
What could it be?
최상위 모험가분들은 앞으로 본인이 필요한 것들은 직접 수급하실 수 있게 되고 또 남는 거는 통합거래소에 등록을 해서
And I wanted to make sure we said sole suppliers.
Yeah.
그리고 두 번째 전용 전리품은 준비된
This is actually real nice.
보고 설명 이어가겠습니다.
Let's have a look at the video.
Recall when we introduced a feature to change your weapon's effect color. The quality wasn't up to our standards at that time, so we held it back. Still, it felt like a waste to drop the idea completely. This time, instead of letting you freely choose colors, we've selected specific ones and fine-tuned the quality for each. Currently, we have two colors ready, red and purple. These dies can be obtained in top-tier monster zones. Red is for the sovereign weapons, and with purple works on both sovereign weapons and Edania defense gear. Edania defense gear is already red, so obviously it won't work on that. For sovereign weapons, not only does the effect change, but parts of the weapon's appearance also change. So, we think you'll love it. You can get the complete dies directly or collect fragments to craft them yourself. Both the die and its fragments can be traded on the central market, so you can use them or sell them as you wish. Effect dies don't offer the full customization of the original idea, and gathering materials will take effort, but we ensure they'll be top quality. Aside from red and purple, other colors will be equally rare and introduced gradually through top-tier adventurous zones. So more is coming, chat. We appreciate your patience. We understand. But, you know.
Yeah, at least
I think everyone's been waiting for this for a long time.
I swear, purple, Zethian's color, and underwater,
just give me red. Beyond these two exclusive drops, we'll keep adding loot and improving basic rewards. We know some may feel it's still not enough. We understand, and we're working on more incentives to keep you motivated. We made big changes this summer, some of them still ongoing, and there's still room to improve. It's still a work in progress. We'll keep refining content to fill the gaps. It's important that top-level adventurers feel rewarded, but we won't make the gap impossible for others to close. For current and future content, we'll balance the fun for veterans with opportunities for those catching up, ensuring a fair and enjoyable experience for all.
그렇다고 뒤에서 따라오시는 분들이 감당 못할 만큼 또 격차가 벌어지는 거는 원하지 않는 모습이기도 합니다. 그래서 지금 장비나 컨텐츠는 물론이고 앞으로 추가될 성장 요소들도 상위권의 재미와 후발주자들의 부담 이 두 가지를 균형 있게 보면서
I think he's explaining it very long.
In depth, you know, added in a few words here and there.
Okay. This time, we want to talk about what we've prepared for adventurers still gearing up.
Okay.
Technically, these benefits are available to all adventurers, but we felt they'd mean the most to those still progressing. So we decided to frame it that way. First, we're upgrading goal-based rewards along your progression path. Previously, Blacksmith quests rewarded you for reaching certain AP and DP targets. It's faded into the background now, but early on in your journey, it was actually a pretty strong motivator.
Interesting.
So we wanted to bring that sense of achievement back with what we're planning. We did consider basing these rewards on gear score, but in the current environment, AP clearly comes first. So this time, we've left DP out and created challenges that unlock based on AP milestones.
Oh boy.
As you can see on screen, from 340 AP up to 385, every 2 to 3 AP you gain, you will earn one Choose Your Rare Hammer box.
You asked for hammers. You shall
For
receive the
a
hammers.
total of 20 boxes. From these boxes you can choose between an Ancient Hammer or Primordial Hammer, whichever you need, and use them in a way that fits your current progression. And for those who don't need hammers, we've added 1000 Cron stones as an option as well. We also considered easing Ancient Anvil stacks instead of giving hammers. But right now, Sovereign and Karazad are still very much endgame, and many of you who have already fought through those tough enhancement levels. So rather than suddenly undercutting their value, we decided to simply give you more chances instead. And yes, starting at 340 AP might feel a bit high, so we're also preparing separate support for those below that. Please think of these challenges as aimed at adventurers who are really feeling the mid to late game progression curve. All adventurers will be able to claim these rewards, and if you've already met all the AP requirements, you can grab them all at once. Of course, even with all this in place, progression can still feel tight and demanding. So please view this reward boost as just the first step, and we'll keep working to ease progression going forward.
That sounds all
Nice.
good to me.
We're gonna see
20
some
hammers?
spoilers on the
I
thing,
was
Big
I was
Brother.
just in time with the subtitle.
Next, for our second point, you'll also be able to earn Cron stones directly through certain types of content. Right now, the Pit of the Undying is basically the only real source of Cron stones. Looking at the numbers, about 18% of adventurers are consistently playing Pit of the Undying. Being able to play is playing it casually and still stock up on crons felt meaningful to us. So, we want to slowly extend that flow across more content. First, Dark Rifts, which many of you have already run, will now also award Cron stones. Their loot boxes will be fully updated to match the current environment. And on top of that, each Dark Rift boss will grant 100 Cron stones. So, roughly 600 every 5 days. Next, Atoraxxion boss clears will also reward Cron stones. If you defeat the bosses in all 4 biomes, you'll receive 500 Cron stones. Some of you might wonder, Atoraxxion is harder than Pit of the Undying, so why are the Cron stones fewer? The reason is that the base rewards are already quite different. So, we hope you'll understand this wasn't balanced on Cron stones alone. With these changes, if you clear Pit of the Undying, Dark Rifts, and Atoraxxion, you'll be able to secure a total of 1,600 Cron stones per week, just from content rewards. But seen this way, it might feel like we're just adding more to your routine. So, for Atoraxxion, we'll be changing how weekly clears work. Right now, you can get the weekly reward twice, but going forward, you'll only need to clear Va, Seeker, Yolu, and Ors once a week each. And we'll combine the 2 rewards and boost them to fit the current environment. We also want to streamline Atoraxxion's difficulty settings. Right now, it's split into 3 tiers: Season, Normal, and Olvia. But data shows that outside of Olvia, almost no one is running the others. So we felt they were only adding confusion. We'll be removing all but the Olvia difficulty. But we'll drop the Olvia label and simply call it Normal. In short, everything will be unified into a single difficulty. Along with that, the matchmaking system for the former normal difficulty will also be removed, so please keep that in mind. Cron stones are an extremely important resource for growth. Of course, even with everything we've just outlined, these new additions won't suddenly change everything overnight. But, as they say, getting started is half the battle. So we want to start here. Then, as we watch things play out, if more is needed, we'll make gradual step-by-step adjustments over time. Next, I'd like to talk about world boss updates. Right now, up to 4 world bosses can spawn at once, which we feel is a bit too much. For Morning Light bosses, since you only need to beat them once a week, participation tends to drop as we get close to reset. To address this, we're adjusting both the spawn frequency and reward structure for world bosses. First, if you look at the new schedule, you'll see that going forward, a maximum of 2 world bosses will spawn per time slot. In exchange, we're increasing the rewards and raising the spawn rate for awakening bosses like Bloodstorm Nuva and Stormbringer Kuranda. For the schedule, we've based it on past boss subjugation data and boss popularity, but we understand that the actual experience may feel different. That's why we'll keep tweaking the schedule after release until it lands in a good place. We're also removing the weekly quest system for Morning Light bosses. Now you'll get rewards every time you defeat them, like other bosses. However, Garmoth will still use the existing system, so please keep that in mind.
Now we'd like to move on to our next topic. We'll just be talking about monster zones. So we thought it would be good to cover a few related points. First, there are the campsite buffs you use on PvE. And going forward, we'd like to make these like Blessing of Mystic Beast into scrolls you can buy and use whenever you want. Right now, the church buffs are split into 3 types, which has made them a hassle to manage every time, so we're merging them into a single buff called Blessing of Adventure. Valor, Protection and Growth will be combined into one buff, and the price will stay the same as a single buff is now. You can use Blessing of Adventure right away or buy it as a scroll and hold it on for later. Next is a buff many of you use all the time, the item drop rate buff, Adventurer's Luck. Because each is useful in different situations, we'll keep all 5 types, but from now on, you'll be able to buy and store all of them as scrolls as well. There are also some changes coming to Villa buffs. First, the now less useful skill and XP buffs will be merged into body enhancement. And you'll be able to buy a scroll with the Turning Gates or body enhancement buff. Keep in mind that purchasing and activating a Villa scroll is only possible while the Secret Book of Old Moon is active. With these changes, getting ready for PvE should become much easier. Streamlining these buffs is something so many of you have asked for, so we're happy to finally be able to share them with you.
Even so, once this patch goes live, preparing for PvE will be much simpler, and with more scrolls in play. We felt the Fairy's Continuous Care auto-use limit might start to feel too low. So with this update, we'll be increasing the maximum number of Continuous Care. In the September patch, we only adjusted level 5 version, but this time we'll increase Continuous Care at every level. So we hope you'll use it well with the buffs we just covered.
Next, you'll be able to convert Primordial Blackstones directly into Failstacks. The system will let you exchange Primordial Blackstones into Failstacks, and at a maximum exchange of 200 Failstacks, you'll need 170 Primordial Blackstones. As we mentioned earlier, with all the new gear added, many of you are really feeling short on Failstacks. So we hope this will be a useful option for you, and we're also preparing other ways to gain Failstacks, and we'll talk about those a little later.
And for the very last point, there's the Loot Report feature currently available on the Global Lab, and we're planning to bring this to the live servers as well. There's nothing special you need to do to use it. From now on, when you enter a monster zone in the Marnie's realm, the Loot Report feature will activate automatically. The Loot Report, as you see here, shows how long you've been in a monster zone, and at a glance, how much loot you've earned there. On the Global Lab, you could only use it as a one-off, but on the live servers, each record will show which character you used, along with their gear score. And you can see the full results for the entire session, since every session is saved with date and time. So you'll be able to compare them as your gameplay and progression change, and check just how much you've improved. We hope you'll enjoy using it as a fun tool.
Oh, let's go.
I know a lot of people have been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now let's really move on to the next big announcement. This is the very news many of you have been waiting for: the Alchemy Stone system rework. We ended up postponing the schedule for the rework after it was introduced after the last Heidel ball. First, we'd like to sincerely apologize for the delay. At the time of the announcement, we thought we were reasonably prepared, but as we actually prepared for the update, we realized we couldn't ignore the impact on Vel's heart, as stones of splendid grade and above were already extremely difficult to obtain. Not having displayed AP felt awkward and not as rewarding. With this rework, alchemy stones of resplendent grade or higher can be used after combining it with Vel's heart. As you can see here, when you combine a resplendent alchemy stone of destruction with Vel's heart, the displayed AP effect from Vel's heart is retained.
Both, the difficulty is already high, especially for shining alchemy stones. Even if we were to add Ancient Anvil Pity and level protection, we plan to maintain the difficulty to some extent. Still, if such systems were added, as long as you have the silver, we plan to make it possible to obtain high-grade alchemy stones. We wanted to minimize it as much as possible for those who've already overcome the extreme level of difficulty and have obtained such high-grade alchemy stones. With that being said, the supply of materials needed for growth will have a limit periodically, in similar format to Edania's defense gear. It may feel like an inconvenience to some of you, but we wish to respect those adventurers who have already completed theirs. You can get a set amount of core materials required for growth from subjugating the Dark Rift bosses.
네, 그럼 다음은 컨텐츠 이야기로 좀 넘어가 보겠습니다.
All right, let's move on to our next piece of content.
리메이크입니다.
The rework of Altar of Blood, which many of you surely remember had a previous ball. We promised to bring this content back, and today we're finally ready to present it to you. Let me give a quick rundown for those unfamiliar with it. It's a defense-style co-op mode, where 3 players join forces to protect the relic in the center. It combines hack-and-slash combat and with defense mechanics. Some loved the thrill, while others found it stressful, because failing meant starting over again. Its fixed difficulty and relatively modest rewards were also common points of feedback. That said, the rules are clear, and the mode allows for plenty of unique mechanics and strategic play, making it well worth a rework.
Let's start with the basic rules of the updated Altar of Blood. The core system is still the same. 3 people defend the relic, and if its durability drops to 0, you fail. Clear stage, and you'll automatically move on to the next. And the recommended AP for the first stage is set to 300. Since this is a defense challenge, you won't take many hits outside of boss fights, so we decided that it doesn't require high DP. Starting from 300 AP at stage 1, the recommended AP increases by 5 with each stage. So clearing stage 10 would require roughly 350 AP. Of course, it's not all about raw attack power. The closer the 3 of you cooperate and the more accurately you carry out a strategy, the higher the stages you can take on. For this rework, we are preparing a total of 30 stages. Let me briefly explain how the reward system works. You'll receive a weekly reward plus another reward, based on the highest stage you reach that week. For example, if you clear stage 15, you'll receive the reward for stage 15. And there's one important change. Any stage you've already cleared can be replayed at any time. This means you can help friends or guild members with lower stats progress through the content without any restrictions. Currently in the game, the Deposed Crown Prince on hard difficulty is the highest difficulty co-op content. While some may find it difficult, there are certainly adventurers who enjoy this kind of trial. That's why we're designing it to be a worthy goal for them to pursue. Difficulty will be selectable, allowing you to tailor the experience to your playstyle. Earlier today, I mentioned content where you can obtain Failstacks. In the renewed Altar of Blood, Failstacks and Dark Hunger will be the main loot. We've kept stack rewards at a reasonable level so they don't feel mandatory, removing any pressure and letting you enjoy the mode at your own pace. We're committed to making sure it's both fun and well designed.
So, wow, that's quite a lot of news, guys. Since we've gone from Seraph to Monster Zones PV, and we're spent an hour on that alone, actually, so far.
And the long-awaited Altar of Blood is back?
Yeah, Altar of Blood. So it seems that we're going to be taking a quick break to hand out gifts to adventurers.
Oh, what's our first gift?
What's our first gift?
We'll find out.
Let's find out. There's a lot of info, but there should be a lot of rewards, right? Right?
Codes?
Codes? Question mark? Question mark?
Pause.
Pause.
Codes?
Uh-oh. They prepared a surprise gift. Wansu is going to be revealing it.
Wansu?
Get ready.
What are we cooking?
Cooking?
Pause.
Let's see.
Well, since this is basically a long tour of all of our updates, we thought a little mid-event reward would be nice.
Mid-event.
First up, you'll get 5,000 Cron stones and an Advice of Boss plus 250.
And so it begins.
Let's
and
go.
Thus it
This is
begins.
just a mid-event reward, chat. Very mid.
It's there's more. He says this is
why are you spamming L when this is just the beginning?
And we'll be sharing the coupon code at the end.
We can also just
with everything
not
else.
give more.
Oh, we could just take them away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, they're promising more, everyone, because we really your support means a lot to us, everyone.
They forgot about the 20 hammers that we just talked about
true,
before,
true,
and now they're like, "Oh, they don't exist, Enlive."
Our host is mentioning how we are reading the live chat, and we are reacting to you guys.
Yeah, of course.
I saw someone posting solo content being left behind.
Really? Our next
chat, you know what to
topic
do.
is PvP. So let's get ready to Wansu.
Oh, PvP. Okay.
We're getting to PvP.
Go Wansu.
All right. This time, our main topic is PvP content. I can already see everyone sharing all kinds of thoughts about it in chat.
Yep, I see them right now.
So let's go through things one by one together. I see a lot of talk in chat about balance right now. So before we get into Node Wars, let me touch on balance for a moment. Am I skipping ahead?
You're one son, it's fine.
Right now, our biggest concern is DP. So let's look at that first. For example, there are cases where you don't get one combo, but you can still one combo your opponent. In Guild League, DP heavy builds can really kill the fun. In Node and Conquest Wars, those same tanky builds just run around deleting annexes. Sometimes, even with top tier AP, it's hard to break through a DP build. We know very well that these are all things you see as real problems too. So we're digging into why this is happening and looking at several ways to fix it. To explain the situation briefly, right now, depending on your displayed AP and DP, you get extra bonus stats. But once you pass certain values, those bonus gains drop off sharply. From there, your displayed AP and DP become a lot less efficient. And when that curve overlaps with the AP and DP you get from Dawn Crystals, DP heavy builds hit breakpoints where they become too strong.
Yeah, I see a lot of
your feedback on that as well. Thank you for the patience as always. Okay, so then continuing on, let's move straight into Node Wars. First, if we look at how you're enjoying Node Wars in each region right now, you can see, just like on this slide, that the way Node Wars play out differs quite a bit by region.
Yeah, you can see how there's a lot of occupation, construction in our region, NAEU and not so much in...
While there are some differences across regions, adventurers seem to be truly enjoying both modes we've implemented. In Korea specifically, Node War participation has been steadily declining. There are a lot of reasons for that, but overall, the experience itself, especially motivation, needs work. So we're planning 3 main improvements for Node Wars. First, we'll refresh combat flow by adding new Node War regions. Second, improving the rules and overall convenience. And third, strengthening the rewards.
Alright, let me go through these one by one. First, we're adding new territories to Node War. Those will be Ulukita and Edania. Both regions have distinct atmosphere and the vistas alone are beautiful. So we think they'll give you a fresh feeling in Node Wars. If we followed the original order after Kamasilvia, it'd be Odalita or Drigan and then Mountain of Eternal Winter. But when we actually tested them ourselves, we found them too much rough terrain and too many obstacles, which made it hard to have smooth, large-scale Node Wars there. So for now, we've chosen Ulukita and Edania as the territories that feel the most suitable for Node Wars. When you look at Ulukita's terrain, the first impression you get is how wide and open it feels. And because the land is mostly fairly flat, it's a great fit for large-scale battles. In Edania, from Etherion and Nymphomare to Orbita, Tenebraum and Zephyros, each area has its own identity, built around a central castle, so you'll be able to enjoy a different kind of battlefield. Since Edania is the top-tier region, we also wanted it to feel unlimited as a true battleground for the very top guilds. With these 2 regions added, Tier 1 Node Wars will now be held in Balenos and Serendia, Tier 2 in Valencia and Ulukita, and Tier 3 in Calpheon and Edania. Tier 1 will stay fixed for the time being, while Tier 2 and 3 will rotate over time on a regular schedule. If you're sad to see Medaya and Camarsilvia go for now, please know that we'll try to keep the choices of regions flexible so we can respond to the situation as we go.
I think some people are happy about no Kama.
I'm happy about no Medaya.
And Medea as well, it seems. Okay, next are the rule changes starting with Occupation mode. For Occupation, our focus was on reducing situations where fights naturally end up being very passive. Right now, if 5 or more guilds or alliances apply for a node war, the territory is split into 2 or 3 battlefields. The idea was that this would sometimes give you clean 1v1 matchups for those really intense head-to-head fights. But Occupation mode is supposed to be about multiple guilds crashing together and making bigger, broader plays. So, we heard a lot of feedback that pure 1v1s felt like a waste. So we're changing the split condition from 5 to 6 or more guilds to 5 or 6 or more guilds, sorry. If 5 guilds join, you'll all fight in a single territory, and at 6 or more, at least 3 guilds will be matched into each node war. That should make it easier for more guilds to join the same fight. Also, whenever only one fort is left standing, that fort will now automatically become a question mark. Right now, if the last remaining fort is a timed node, people just sit there holding the fort around 10% HP until the last 1 to 2 minutes. That really kills the excitement. So going forward, if the last remaining fort is a timed with more than 10 minutes left, it will automatically be converted into a question mark. In construction mode, the condition to get your participation opportunity back is surviving 10 minutes with your fort intact, while reaching a total of at least 100 combined kills and deaths. We have removed the survive 10 minutes part to match the new rule set. So once you reach the required kills and deaths, you get participation opportunity back. Last, for construction mode, the duration of node wars will be adjusted from 1 to 2 hours. Since node wars are content you can do almost every day, we worried that longer battles would add too much fatigue. But construction mode doesn't have a fixed end time and can end quickly or drag on depending on strategy. So we felt it needed a longer time window. This is something adventurers mainly enjoy construction mode have been consistently asking for us for, and we're happy to finally bring it into this game. It's a bit late, we know, but thank you to everyone who kept sharing feedback. Just to be clear, the 2-hour duration only applies to construction mode, while occupation mode will stay at 1 hour, as it is now. And even with the 2-hour construction mode, the rewards will not be increased. They'll be the same as the 1-hour occupation mode rewards. Besides these big rule changes, we've also got some smaller QoL tweaks. First, pings placed on the world map. In the future, your alliance members will be able to see them too. The ping system as a whole needs more work, but we wanted to fix the worst pain point first. In restricted node wars, there's also an issue with the injury system. Damage was being taken from your max HP, instead from the capped HP. We're changing it so injuries used capped HP as intended. You'll also be able to pick which guild elephant you take out, and use guild rally skills even in the desert. When placing traps, before your character starts the animation, you'll now see if that spot is valid or not. Chat system messages about guild and alliance actions will also be expanded. For example, kills with the flame towers or Hwatchers, or hits and destroys on forts and annexes with cannons will each have their own message for those cannoneers and Hwatcher gunners. That's so funny, it will be hilarious. You'll also see alerts when construction starts and finishes for each annex building. So it'll be much easier to see what more of your guild members are doing. And like in Guild League, where you get killstreak notices, we'll add killstreak notifications to Node and Conquest Wars too. Finally, the third pillar is improving rewards. First, we're raising the base rewards for winning Node Wars. On top of that, there's an honor reward, the Resplendent Medal of Honor. This item was meant for adventurers who play the content regularly, so they could trade it in for various useful items. Right now, though, it's really not doing the job, so we're completely reworking the system at this time. Let me first show you the new exchange list. It's split into one-time family exchanges and weekly resets, plus items you can trade for any time, with items like the secret scroll of pure equilibrium. 350 Failstacks can be obtained once per family through these trades. The weekly reset list is also filled with everyday essentials. We've also added new titles tied to Node War roles, like Cannon Operators, to give you more variety. Of course, you probably won't wear them during actual Node Wars, but you can equip them as a funny fake title, or show them off when your guild gathers. One thing to note about the list we've showed is that it won't be available for your existing medals. You'll only be able to use medals issued after this update. There are simply too many medals already in circulation. So, for fairness, we had to make this call, and we hope you understand that. In return, we'll manage the system much more tightly. The Medal of Honor exchange list will reset once every year, and at each reset, new items will be added to the lineup. These medals are used not only in Node Conquest Wars, but also in War of the Roses, so we'll manage them carefully. And one more thing about the old medals. You could exchange them for secret book guild tactics. We're going to retire those with this update. They were originally added as one way to encourage Node War participation, but now they're a barrier, so we'll remove the guild tactic system itself and clear out all the related personal skills as well. Going forward, we'll focus more on class, core, power, and balance. That's it for the reward changes. Of course, rewards do need to keep going up over time, but we want to focus even more on how the content actually feels to play. For Node Wars, we see that experience in two ways. First is the overall feeling for adventurers who are out there participating. Second is what it feels like for the people leading each guild or alliance and preparing for Node Wars. We believe guild and alliance leaders who've been planning and preparing Node Wars and sacrificing behind the scenes are people we need to support much more. That screen mainly just shows win or loss, KD, and simple count of structures destroyed. With so little information after the war, it's hard to even know what to talk about. In Guild League, a lot of data is saved, so there's plenty to review and give feedback on. We want the Node War results screen to move in the same direction. As each of you carries out your role, our goal is to capture as much of that as we can.
Sounds really interesting.
Am I ahead?
Talking point, yeah.
Okay. With richer information like this, you'll be able to share feedback after the war and build let's do it even better next time kind of mood, which we think will really help. Of course, these stats alone may not become a perfect tool for guild masters or shot callers, but having solid basic data is what lets everyone move forward together. So we'll keep adding more useful stats that all Node War participants can enjoy. And above all, for our guild officers who always work so hard, we'll keep looking at additional ways to reward them.
It's like sometimes, hey, there isn't anything to talk about after the war. And it's just like,
yeah,
actually
I mean, I wonder what kind of stats will be there.
Some
Yeah.
people will be farming some stats.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Upper management are going to know about my my lack of damage.
Didn't meet the KPI.
This cannoneer has hit 0 targets.
And I think we're actually going to get Conquest Wars.
Next up, we have Conquest War updates. Currently, offensive guilds face a major challenge. It's nearly impossible for a small group to successfully siege a castle. To overcome this, guilds have been forming alliances just to stand a chance. On the other hand, defenders now regularly face overwhelming numbers, making it extremely tough to hold the line. While we've tried various patches to address this imbalance, it hasn't been enough to really fix this issue. As a result, we've seen a rise in defenders giving up early, and in some regions, Conquest Wars aren't happening at all. Since Conquest War is a core PvP content alongside Node Wars, we sincerely apologize for letting the state drag on for so long. So we're completely overhauling the rules from the ground up. First, let me outline our direction for improving Conquest Wars. For attackers, we want to minimize the hassle of having to constantly form alliances. For defenders, we're aiming to make the defensive process more engaging. So even if you lose, your efforts still feel meaningful. Here's a quick rundown of the new rules. Conquest War now ends immediately once the defending command post is destroyed. The guild with the highest conquest score becomes the new lord at the end. All other participating guilds will receive tiered rewards based on their scores. This means attackers will no longer have to worry about endless fights after the command post has been destroyed, and more guilds can participate without fearing total defeat. Simply joining the fight and doing your best will earn you rewards for your performance. Defenders will aim to hold out as long as possible, while attackers will race to destroy the command post as quickly as they can. I think we're still attacking.
Let him finish, chat. Let him finish.
Let's move on to the next update. Let's have a look at the video. Defenders will now be able to install annex buildings anywhere within the castle, not just within a certain radius of the command post. Previously, this made defenses extremely vulnerable to cannons and other siege weapons. With the new system, you'll be able to place structures strategically wherever you want. For example, you can hide recovery centers away from cannon fire and shield them with flame towers. The watchers can now be set up on outer walls, fair shot at earning something for their efforts. With these changes, the focus shifts even more towards siege battles. There may be some not so positive feedback regarding this shift. While Conquest Wars currently takes place in Calpheon, Edania, and Valencia, Calpheon will find itself temporarily removed from Conquest. Instead, we're introducing Balenos and Serendia as new Conquest territories. I think I'm slightly ahead.
Hey, there you go.
Calpheon's layout is currently not well suited for siege battles, so we're temporarily excluding it. Going forward, siege-focused conquest will only take place in Edania and Valencia. Balenos and Serendia, on the other hand, will follow the original free-for-all occupation rules, not siege mechanics.
Yeah.
This means you can choose the type of war you enjoy, whether it's siege or field conquest. Now, let's
get ready.
have a look at the rewards.
We're not quite there yet.
I think we're still looking. Balenos Serendia is going to be free for all.
Yeah. So
Edania
usual
and
rules.
Valencia is going to be the sieges.
And then a siege is actually going to be more like a siege.
It matters how quickly you win. Now let's talk about rewards. Currently, conquest buffs are applied based on territory you control. Moving forward, occupation buffs will be distributed across all regions, not just the occupied territory. Unlimited Conquest Wars will grant an item drop rate plus 50% buff for all territories, while Balenos and Serendia Conquest Wars will grant a 20% buff. The family buff benefit, previously exclusive to Node Wars, will be awarded as well. Regardless of territory, everyone will receive the highest available buff, the unlimited Node War buff. To summarize, Medina and Valencia will be dedicated to
Battlefield. The Red Battlefield is one of the oldest PvP modes maintained since the early days of Black Desert. When it first launched, there was only the Castle Ruins map, and the rules were simple: defeat opponents to steal their points. Even so, it was incredibly fun back then. It felt like a pure PvP playground. We believe that the Red Battlefield should keep that spirit. However, participation has declined over time, and many adventurers have voiced disappointment. One common request has been better rewards, and honestly, that's fair. We've improved rewards several times already, but here's the challenge. The Red Battlefield is meant to be casual, something you can join without pressure. If rewards get too high, it could turn into a win-at-all-costs competition. That would require more rules and restrictions to prevent abuse. So until now, we've kept rewards modest. This time, we want to improve the environment without losing the original intent. First, we're updating the matchmaking system. Currently, adventurers must manually choose a Red Battlefield channel and start the matchmaking. This spreads adventurers across channels and reduces matchmaking efficiency. Multiple channels were meant to help guilds play separately, but now they cause delays. Going forward, channel selection will be removed. Like Arena of Solare, you'll simply queue up and enter automatically once enough players join. Rewards will also be improved, but first, we'll introduce minimum participation requirements. If some join only for rewards and leave early, it ruins the fun for others. So, rewards will require meeting certain criteria such as kills, deaths, damage dealt, damage taken, and in Valencia City, occupation contribution. We'll share full details before launch. If these changes work well, we'll add 2 new reward types: honor rewards and long-term rewards. Honor rewards will be tied to a new ranking system. The current ranking system is outdated and not very meaningful. Since you use your own gear in Red Battlefield, some adventurers go all out with the buffs to win. We want to honor those efforts with special recognition and rewards. Long-term rewards will work like the cumulative challenge that was first introduced in Arena of Solare. Yeah. We understand people obviously really want this though, so we appreciate your patience.
Require a win rate above 50%, so only skilled adventurers can maintain many matches without focus on skill, which could hurt the gameplay experience for others. To prevent that, we're adding an MMR system. This MMR system will give you huge bonuses for placement matches or winning and losing streaks to quickly help you find your true rank. Using Arena of Solare last season's win and loss data, we ran simulations with the new scoring rules. In the last season, most adventurers stayed near the starting score of 700, with far fewer reaching the higher ranks, as you can see on the screen. You could see climbing ranks was difficult. With the new system, ranks are spread more evenly, but there's still only a few at the very top. Our goal isn't to let everyone reach the top by playing endlessly, but to make the content more approachable and enjoyable.
So this is guild shoulders a lot of the burden. Just as many of you have pointed out, there's a ton of prep work before the war even begins. And once it starts, the leading guild has to coordinate strategies all over the battlefield. In practice, this means they end up handling all the tough tasks and often don't get to actually enjoy the fight. As a result, sometimes War of the Roses barely takes place or doesn't happen at all. Clearly, there's a lot that needs to be improved. And today, I'll cover some immediate changes we can make. And for the areas that still need work, we'll share more details once we're ready. First, we want to make the battlefield more focused by scaling it down. If you look at the current War of the Roses heat map, you'll see the most of the fighting happens in the central and lower portions, while the upper part sees almost no action. Still, because capturing the Sanctum is necessary, the leading guild often has to sacrifice themselves to push up top. sometimes even running PvE. Biggest factors currently deciding victory is the Spirit's Blessing effect, especially the monster damage reduction, which is just too strong. The side that gets this effect ends up with a massive advantage, so we're going to cut the core monster damage reduction effects in half. This way, it's still valuable, but not overwhelmingly so. We did consider 15 minutes in. This should make its role much clearer. As adventurers' stats have increased, we're seeing more situations where adventurers rush the castle and attack the commander right away. That's not how we intended things to play out. So we're adding a new protective effect to the commander. This protection will only be removed when your faction captures the first sanctum S1 or N1. Think of this. Also note, this gives you more time for briefings and role assignments, earlier via team chat. Additionally, leading guilds often don't have enough info on the 3rd Legion members. To address this, you'll now be able to see each adventurer's affiliated guild in the 3rd Legion list. Finally, let's talk rewards. Currently, the main rewards for War of the Roses are Silver and Traces of Thunderbolt, a key material for Voltarion. We're significantly boosting the rewards for the leading guild's victory, and the 3rd Legion members will earn more Traces of Thunderbolts as well. We're also adjusting the value of Resplendent Medal of Honor to match these changes. Overall, we want everyone who participates to feel like it was a rewarding experience. Of course, there's still a lot more work to be done on War of the Roses, and frankly, we haven't given it the attention it deserves. But today's changes are just the beginning. We'll continue to fine-tune the content and share more improvements as we go. That wraps up our PvP updates for today.
Wow, that's a lot of topics. We've covered everything.
That's a lot. Yeah.
We've gone from Node Wars, Conquest Wars,
Yeah.
All sorts of
RBF.
To the reduce.
Solare.
Yeah, regarding the actual contents, yeah, for sure, yeah.
But I think since we've gone PvE, then we had Rework, PvP, then
Oh, are you saying, Nox, that there could be a possibility for additional codes
I
right now?
don't think chat wants more rewards.
Oh, they don't
Because
want
earlier they
rewards.
were
Actually,
spamming
true.
L.
They were spamming L. They don't want any more.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat, you're not going to be
No
able to
more
get
rewards.
these then. That's it, no more rewards. That's it. It's gone.
so this time it's Je-Seok's turn apparently. Since last time it was Wansu. All right.
네, 이번에는 제가 준비했는데 아까 완수님이 일단 크론석 5,000개하고
Okay. Oh, and a 300 stack as well?
Yes.
Okay.
5,000 Cron stones and Abyssal Valks plus 300 are coming your way.
So we're
Nice.
already at 10,000 Cron
Cron
stones
stones.
together, a 250
50
stack
and
and
a 300 stack. That's
And we're not done.
Yeah.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, we're not
Spoilers.
Yeah.
The stream is not done.
Yeah.
Stream is not done.
We're not done, we're not done.
It's only
Yeah, but
just
like-
begun.
And now, yeah, we actually. Oh, it seems we're taking a short break before
Okay.
we continue.
Break time.
Break time. I think, yeah, they've shared a lot. Let's be real. Yeah.
A lot of yapping has been done so far. So yeah, we are going to take this time.
Grab some water.
But yeah,
Chat posture check, hydration check.
Yeah.
Sethin, you're going to have to be the one that answers that question. Just saying. Good luck with that.
한 얘기 하나만 더 드리고
Oh, wait, there's some. Oh, they want to say one thing.
아무래도 모험가님들이 이제 온라인 연예인만큼 기대하셨던 부분들이 있으셨을 텐데 저희가 또 충분한 소통이 되지 않는다고 느끼셔서 좀 서운하고 답답한
So
부분들이
Wansu
있으실 것
is
같아요.
wants to express that yeah he understands how adventurers may be disappointed because this is an online ball, but they are not really responding directly to chat as much as they can.
저희도 지금 말씀하시는 부분들 다 봤거든요. 그래서 저희도
And but they want to reassure everyone, hey, they are reading chat, and they might not have an answer right now, but they are reading chat, and they're going to take note of this and respond to it afterwards.
네, 또 저희가 그만큼 최선을 다하고 있으니까요. 여러분 계속
So
응원
yeah,
부탁드리겠습니다.
they are reading chat.
자, 그럼
Everyone,
Yeah.
yes. Like they have stuff, they prepared
We're
stuff,
also
of
reading
course, but yeah, they can't just respond right away.
Yeah, so we're going to have a break now. They're going to go over what you guys have all been spamming and saying. But yeah,
So
guys, that was
see you
part
in,
1.
9 minutes and 50 seconds.
We will see you in 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Bye for now.
Bye.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. Part 2, Calpheon Ball 2025. We've hoped you've enjoyed so far, and I'm looking forward to the next part.
네, 여러분 잘 쉬고 오셨나요?
Yeah,
저희가
we hope you all
일부에서는 세라핌을
got your
시작으로
drinks.
PVP
Yep.
Got some fresh popcorn, maybe?
다양한 소식을
Hot
전해드렸는데요.
chocolate,
지금
cocoa,
chocolate,
nice
cocoa.
beverage,
이부를
coffee,
한번 시작해
all the good
보겠습니다.
stuff.
Chips.
Yeah.
이부 순서에서는
Nice,
생활
nice, nice.
편의성을
Yeah.
비롯해서 또
It
많은
seems,
분들이
we're
여러분께
setting off new
드리고 있는데요.
topics.
먼저
Yeah.
So, and then Wansu is going to be introducing them to us.
Okay.
자,
let's get ready.
완수님 다음 소식 부탁드릴게요.
W Wansu, let's go.
Sure. This one's all about changes for newcomers. As you can imagine, if you want the game to keep thriving, helping new adventures settle in is absolutely vital. After reviewing the current situation, we've seen that most players adapt well to the main quest and the seasonal service when they start. The real hurdle comes after graduation. Many have told us that this stage feels daunting, so we realized we need content that can serve as a guiding light even after season graduation. That's why during the Heidel Ball we announced plans to create a dedicated space in Olvia for rookie adventurers. Now with the preparations nearly complete, we are ready to officially introduce it to you. We call it the Olvia Academy.
Greetings, adventurers. I'm Je-Seok, head of character and quest design here at Black Desert. I'm excited to finally announce that Olvia is ready to reclaim its place as a starter town, here where the ambitions of House Bartali intertwine with Calpheon's political scene. We've established the Olvia Academy as a dream school for rookie adventurers. On behalf of Headmaster Justin Bartelli, we'd like to extend our deepest thanks to all the patrons who supported the founding of this academy. So what is the Olvia Academy? While seasoned servers have helped new adventurers quickly gain combat experience, Olvia Academy is designed to guide you after you graduate from the season. It's a place for true progression, not just in combat, but also in one of Black Desert's core pillars, life skills. We've invited experts from various fields as professors, so you can experience a wider world and settle into Black Desert with confidence. That's the vision behind Olvia Academy. Getting in is simple. If you've graduated from season, you'll receive an invitation from Justin Bartali and become eligible to enroll. Olvia Academy operates in classes. For the Korean server, class will first be in session with the January 7th update, making you a proud member of the inaugural class. Once you join, the first thing you'll tackle is the Advanced Combat course. Here, you'll learn essential combat techniques like back attack and down attack, and gain hands-on experience with the mechanics of major monster zones that you'll encounter after graduation. To help you hone these skills, we've prepared training monster zones and weekly quests. There are also boss subjugation weekly quests you can take on with your fellow students. Completing the Advanced Combat course will earn you valuable progression rewards, including a pen, Black Star weapon box, and exclusive Black Star hammers.
Nice.
These rewards are available to both new and returning adventurers, so make sure to take full advantage.
Okay, okay.
After that, you'll meet renowned professors in each field for life skill classes. You'll get to try your hand at gathering, processing, cooking, alchemy, and more. The academy is equipped with shared cooking utensils and alchemy tools, so you can jump right in with no setup required. Finishing these life skill classes will reward you a variety of rewards, including Manos gear for each life skill discipline. And once the season ends, adventurers who complete all the courses will graduate from the Olvia Academy. Even after graduation, you're welcome to return to the academy to pick up random weekly quests and rewards from the bulletin board whenever you like. Olvia Academy officially opens its doors on January 7th for the Korea server. As each new class begins, we'll continue to refine the academy, making it easier for rookie adventurers to settle into the world of Black Desert. We hope our veteran adventurers will welcome newcomers and lend a helping hand. With everyone's support, we believe Black Desert will become more enjoyable. We look forward to your feedback and continued support for Olvia Academy.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice
Thank
save
you.
at the end.
Yeah, I just realized what I was doing. Just realized what I was doing.
Olvia.
Okay.
Alright. That wraps up the introduction to Olvia Academy. Some of you have played for years, but never cooked a proper dish, and many have never made an elixir either. We just wanted to give everyone the materials and have them try it at least once. Plus, we wanted to share useful tips about life skills like fishing and farming. After graduating from the season, people often say you should make potions, get pen gear and accessories, then work on slumbering origin gear, collect hearts, and so on. There were so many guides you had to search for yourself. So with Olvia Academy, we wanted to offer a clear starting guide to show you exactly what to do next.
올비아 아카데미에서 시작 가이드를 해줌으로써 앞으로 무엇을 해나가야 할지 확실하게 인지하도록 하고 싶었습니다.
As
we mentioned in the video, Olvia Academy will run on a class-based system. Class 1 starts on January 7th on the Korean server and runs until April 14th. There's no break. Class 2 will begin immediately after April 15th. The reason for this class system is to help adventurers feel a sense of belonging. Since your goals change depending on when you first start playing, we believe the class system will help new adventurers connect. And to make this even more special, everyone who enroll in Olvia Academy will receive an Academia outfit set as their school uniform. Each class is recorded, so you can use it to prove your seniority later, if needed.
School uniforms. Now, let's go over the benefits you'll get after graduating from Olvia Academy. We wanted the rewards to be truly helpful for adventurers in need. Key rewards include 6,000 Cron stones to start and up to 250 Failstacks. You'll also receive a Dark Star Blackstone for guaranteed Pen Blackstar weapon enhancement. On top of that, a Choose Your Pen Blackstar weapon box will be granted for an extra Pen Blackstar weapon. Plus, 5 obsidian hammers exclusive to Blackstar weapons. This means new adventurers can get a total of 4 Pen Blackstar weapons and start with at least 1 sovereign weapon to help you settle in. Next are the life skill rewards. There's a curriculum for gathering, cooking, alchemy, training, hunting, sailoring / bartering, fishing, processing, and farming. You will get 1,000 Cron stones for each category, for a total of 9,000 Cron stones, as you'll see on screen in a second. As said, you get 1,000 Cron stones for each of the life skill classes to a total of 9,000. You'll also receive essential life skill gear, Giranoa blue grade tools and clothes, plus 2 Florimus accessories. And that's the overview of Olvia Academy. But adding support content isn't enough when it comes to helping new adventurers. We also need to improve areas that have been called too hard to progress or hurdle for newcomers. First, the Magnus, which has been a hot topic. From now on, you don't need to complete the whole Magnus quest line. Just finish the starting quest, and you'll immediately unlock the Balenos well and access to remote storage. After that, meet the major city storage keepers in each region to unlock wells and remote storage there. Exclusive skills and pen boss defense gear from the Magnus will also be obtainable once you meet these conditions. Of course, the Magnus story will still be available if you want to enjoy it, and we're planning to add new rewards like colored titles for extra motivation. Going forward, Magnus will be optional and not mandatory.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's nice.
We're a little bit in the future,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, you know.
But
We're just
I feel like
futuristic
everything was
like
just
that.
made to, like, the idea is to help people starting out to kind of
Yeah.
become fellow players so that
You know,
there's more adventures.
We talked
on the
about
world,
for our
I guess.
experienced veteran adventurers earlier on, and then this is helping
We're on
them.
season
But yeah, season servers are also changing. We're making them simpler and more intuitive, especially for things that are too complex. Right now, first, narrow gear will be removed. From now on, you'll progress using only Tuvala gear. Tuvala gear will also change from season exclusive to regular gear. The season exclusive label confused new adventurers, so we're removing that restriction. Even with these changes, season characters will still use Tuvala gear, and in any enhanced Tuvala gear you own will remain usable. For enhancement, time-filled Blackstones will be replaced by regular Blackstones and concentrated magical Blackstones. Time-filled Blackstones were used not only for enhancing Tuvala gear, but also for max durability repairs, material exchanges, and more. So instead of removing them, we're renaming them to Time-Filled Fragment. You'll still be able to...
There's a lot of kind of story background that we saw.
이번에도 보상이 있나요?
but
저희가 바로 이어서 이제 길드 관련 이야기를 준비했는데 이거는 좀 아주 길지 않아서 이것까지 추가로
Yeah, so apparently they want to talk about guild stuff before going to the rewards, yes.
자, 여러분 그럼 길드
Okay.
관련 주제까지 듣고 제가 다시 돌아오겠습니다.
Okay.
네, 이번
Now,
주제는 길드입니다.
we're moving on to
길드는
guild
저희
updates.
게임에서 정말 중요한데요.
Guilds are
그래서
really important to our
2023년
game.
칼페온
Indeed they
연회에서
So at the Calpheon Ball
한국
2023,
개선
we
방향을
shared our future guild
하지만
plans.
당시에 개선
But
내용
aside
중에
from the
길드
guild
참여가
mana,
아직 또 어떤 길드에는 부담이
you'll still
될 수
get
있기
10 missions
때문에
added each day.
리셋이
For example,
아니라
if you don't finish
충전
Monday's 10,
방식으로
Up so that you
Yeah.
can save for like bigger
완전히
days. when
I think that's
more
really
people
nice.
agree, yeah.
그래도
I think people can use it,
부족하다면 다른 방안도
make use of it a bit
Guild
better.
bosses.
네, 다음은
Okay,
길드
next are
유튜버
changes to
개선
guild
사항인데요.
bosses.
이
Since we
보상
raised
사항 이후에
rewards,
많은 길드가
many guilds
아침에
run
투어
boss fights
보시는데
regularly. Their
이번에도
content,
좀 함께 모일 수 있는
where
컨텐츠이기도
guild
하고
members
또 신규
gather
모험가분들을
together, and they're
도와드리니까
great for helping new
길드를
adventurers and showing off your guild. So we see them as a key pillar of guild content. We want to keep adding more events around them, and also raise the rewards even further. But one thing kept blocking us. It's the War Hero system, what you usually call mercs. It's a helpful system when you're short on members. You can fill your boss fight with War Heroes when you need them. But to expand guild boss content and push rewards even higher overall, we needed to set some clear rules here. If we just increase rewards, War Hero repeats would inevitably lead to way too many rewards. So after a lot of eternal debate, we've decided to lock War Heroes to Node and Conquest Wars only, and they will no longer be able to join guild boss content. For those who've relied on War Heroes to fill your guild, this may sting, but it was a necessary step for future systems growth, and we ask for your understanding. Adventurers, in return, since we're tightening things here, we'll raise the rewards you share with guild members and run many more related events as well. There are also changes to guild boss lineup. The distant ancient Putarim, out on its own, will now retire, and new raid targets Org Chief Org and Morgulis, Lord of the Golems, will be added. Their spawn locations, as you see here, have been adjusted so they're not too far from other bosses. When you tackle several bosses in a row, your overall route should feel much smoother. And from now on, when you summon a guild boss, a guild-only field will open, just like with Cron. So unlike before, you'll be in a cleaner space, and can focus purely on the battle itself. We'll polish this up, so we can show it to you soon, and we'll prepare a variety of events around it too.
Next, the guild UI and quality of life changes. First, you can change alliance max size and ratios without disbanding. Until now, any alliance change meant disbanding and rebuilding the alliance from scratch, which was tedious. We hope this makes alliance management a bit easier.
훨씬 넉넉하게 드릴 예정이니까 기대해 주셔도 좋을 것 같습니다.
So he meant that he wanted to actually talk about the guild rewards. They'll be largely increased.
Yeah, the rewards for the bosses will be increased. Yeah, so don't worry, guys. I know a lot of you are annoyed.
We hope this makes alliance management a bit easier. Next is how you obtain guild crafting materials. Until now, to build guild elephants, was he still talking about alliance?
I mean, you're back. You're on track.
Until now, to build guild elephants or guild galleys, you had to gather cadre tokens and roam around slaying sea monsters. These are items for the whole guild, but in practice a few members, very dedicated, especially for officers, had to put in most of the time and effort. We always felt bad about that part. So from now on, you'll be able to use shared guild funds to buy these materials from the guild shop, and also earn them through guild content you play together. For example, you could buy restored Kadri's Forbidden Book in the guild shop, or obtain them by defeating guild bosses. Since these are for everyone in the guild, we want them to come from something everyone builds together. There are also changes to guild, party, and platoon recruitment. First, the UI. The UI will merge with the normal Find Party Platoon, adding a Guild Party Platoon tab next to the regular one.
Little head, no worry.
We're adding an extra tab to the Find Party Platoon UI. So that should mean forming alliance platoons has been quite a hassle up to now. But with an alliance filter added, you'll be able to recruit at the alliance level as well. We hope this helps when forming main and defense squads in Node Wars and when enjoying other content together with alliance members.
That's nice.
We're also improving how you view guild buffs. Guild benefits, including Node War victory buffs and buffs gained from guild skills, but right now there was no easy way to see them all at once. Going forward, as you can see here, the old Node War benefits icon will be renamed Guild Benefits, as you can see on screen in a second.
There it is.
Hovering over this icon will show both Node War and guild skill buffs at a glance. In the UI, you'll also see a guild skills section. And now, when you use guild skills, their buffs won't be tied to a character, but to your entire family. You can see them on the buff.
Oh, nice.
If the buff appears active in that UI, you'll receive it no matter which character you log in with. Like other familiar buff icons, it will light up differently for each benefit, so you can tell what's active without hovering over it. With this change, we also need to adjust guild skill durations and cooldowns, and some older skills will need reworks to their effects.
It's fine. Chat enjoyed it.
We'll share details on that separately once they're ready. Lastly, we're improving the guild history page. Right now it only logs moments like member joins, leaves, and where guild bonuses are paid out. But as guild ages, more memories and stories pile up. And we wanted a place where those could remain. So we are changing this into guild records. A space to remember your guild history. It will keep things like your guild's founding date, Conquest and Node War records, Blue Battlefield, and Guild League wins. And guild boss fights, guild mission completion counts. So basically, everything. Please note, it will only track records from after this update.
Gotcha.
That's it for the guild improvement so far.
But there seems to be one more thing they want to wrap up before this section. They mentioned at the Calpheon Ball 2023, we said we'd raise daily guild wage up to 100 million silver. It's not a huge amount, but since it's daily, it really adds up over time. However, because it's tied to guild wage, there were concerns about silver abuse and exploits. So we're changing direction a bit here. Instead of boosting guild wage, we're shifting that increase to family fame fund sent to your guild Black Spirit safe each day. Family fame fund is collected from your combat fame and life fame and special fame combined. The amount isn't huge right now, but it's still a nice little bonus when you can cash it out. So we'll raise the fame caps and add more fame brackets. So as your family grows, your fame fund grows too.
Okay.
After this change, adventurers with top tier family fame will be able to receive over 100 million silver per day. We hope that instead of a tiny surprise you forget about, it becomes a big, satisfying reward when you collect it later.
Yeah. Some people like storing it up.
And that actually wraps up guild related.
I think like nice buffs
Better
just going
buffs.
across all characters is just a nice QoL.
But it's that time again, guys.
Oh.
Everyone?
Oh.
Hold.
Okay. There it is.
Choose your Transcendent Hammer Box and Abyssal Box plus 350.
Plus 350.
So far we're already at 10,000 Cron stones, hammer box, 250 stack, 300 stack, and a 350 stack.
That's a lot.
Okay.
We're mainly sourced through gathering, not PvE. Gatherers would supply these, PvE adventurers would craft gear, and that gear would eventually find its way back to life skillers through the central market. It was a robust, interconnected loop. But as the game has grown and new content has been added, this loop isn't as strong as it once was. Forcing life skills to tie back into other content, as in the old days, would only add unnecessary stress for many of you. So going forward, life skills will no longer be a means to feed the gameplay loop. They'll be reworked and strengthened as a core content in their own right.
Okay.
With this winter's update, we're planning a general increase to profits across all life skill activities.
Tell me more.
Of course, we're not just arbitrarily boosting numbers. Our goal is to make sure your investments, gear, mastery, and know-how are properly rewarded. There's one important point I want to emphasize. Fishing. Today, we have a couple updates for fishing. But after these, we're not planning any major changes for the foreseeable future, for fishing already offers a solid revenue.
Yeah.
So our focus will be on bringing other life skills up to par in terms of effort and reward. We hope you understand our approach as we move forward. Before we get into the specifics, let's talk about life skill byproducts. Many of you use cooking byproducts to increase contribution points, and byproducts are available from gathering, alchemy, hunting, farming, fishing, but efficiency has varied a lot between skills. Going forward, we'll adjust byproduct drop rates so that more active and effort-driven life skills yield more byproducts, using cooking as the baseline. However, for skills like fishing, where profits are already high, the change will be minimal.
Yeah. So we want to bring things up to fishing chat. We're not buffing fishing, like
Yes.
so.
We're
Just
not going to buff fishing
Yes,
more in the
that's-
future.
yeah.
We're
Let,
buffing other life skills.
let us cook first. Let's get into the details. First up, leveling horses. Right now, you've set your horse to auto run and check in now and then, or wait until it's fully grown to decide what to do next. There's some excitement in checking in after a long session, but constantly micromanaging growth can be a pain, especially if you want to raise a horse with specific skills. So, we're completely reworking the horse leveling experience. Now, all EXP earned while training will be stored in an EXP sack for each horse. You can level up your horse whenever you want, drawing from this pool at your convenience. This means you can run autopaths without worry, and simply use the stored EXP to level up your horse, and check stats or skills whenever suits you. This new system will apply to all growable mounts. On top of that, items like mount skill change coupons and mount level down tickets can be used right where you are, so no need to visit the stable anymore. With the EXP sack and these features, training your own mounts will be much more convenient, since horses can now bank mount EXP at level 1. Level differences don't really matter anymore, sorry. We've removed all EXP gain variations based on level and increased overall training EXP, so you'll always get solid progress, no matter the level. In short, don't worry about levels. Just keep raising your mount and you'll see steady and meaningful growth. That's nice.
The shared EXP pool sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's really nice.
We're also adding new wild horses.
Oh.
Take a look at the screen. We've designed them to make catching wild horses more exciting.
Okay.
Some may come with special courser skills, like S Instant Exo. Or you might find one that grows 5 times slower but sells for 8 times more. We want catching wild horses to feel fresh every time, and for your efforts to naturally result in greater profits. Another much requested feature you'll soon be able to store. Am I going a bit ahead? Another much requested feature you'll soon be able to store up to 5 horses in Crocdalo's sanctuary.
Okay.
Many came to ask, why can't Crocdalo be stabled in his own sanctuary?
True.
Well, now you can.
Let's go.
Previously, only mythical horses were allowed in the sanctuary, but now that Voltarion, a dream horse, is included, we figured, why not let you store any horse?
Why not?
So any 5 horses, regardless of type, can be stored. Another sanctuary improvement comes from feedback many of you gave us after the last ball. If you tried to move the sanctuary between characters, but had a horse taken out on the other character, you couldn't move it.
True.
Now, simply attempting to move the sanctuary between characters will automatically store any checked out horses back in the sanctuary. To be precise, we've added a remote collection feature. You can now remotely retrieve a horse from a character with the sanctuary. Attempting to move the sanctuary between characters will automatically collect any taken out horses before the sanctuary is moved. Keep in mind that this feature only works if you have the Celestial Horse Calling Horn. To prevent abuse, mounts will no longer be able to carry trade goods or treasure items. When moving processed trade goods, you
Oh, I see. We're back.
We're back.
Let's skip YouTube.
Hello, chat. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I don't think we're back.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
Okay, chat. Let's. We need to catch you all up really quickly on this. Okay, so we do apologize for this. You missed a new introduction of a new life skill treasure. It's called the Nostos Returnstone. It allows you to be able to travel to your residence. We'll go over this a bit more detail at the end of the ball. By the way, for everything you've missed, we will go over this, okay? So yes, there's a new treasure item. I'm sorry you missed it when showing, but we will go over all this again. But let's go back to where we are caught up now, which I believe is on farming life skill as well.
We're actually on sailing, I believe.
Okay, so for farming, essentially, there is going to be a change from 5 hours to 20 hours, but a lot of stuff is going to be adjusted. Guys, we will go over this. And let's go over to the
straight to bartering, and then we will come back to this after.
Yes, we'll come back to this, chat. We do
We
apologize.
previously reduced the weight of level 1 barter goods in an update to increase quality of life for these goods, making it easier for new seafaring captains to get started. With this update, we're also lightening level 2 barter goods. Since maximum profits are determined by parlay in the Great Ocean, this won't impact balance much, but it will let you visit more islands per trip, cutting down on repetitive travel time. We're also adding new trade routes to southern Camasylvia, the land of the morning light, and Edania, along with new level 6 and 7 barter goods. These high-tier goods will only be available in major cities and between towns, making for longer journeys but higher profits. However, to prevent abuse, level 6 and 7 barter goods can't be transported via storage.
Guys, everything, by the way, everything that we missed, we will
repeat at
the end. I know we lost our internet connection. We're sorry about that. We will go over everything that was missed at the end. This is not pre-recorded, okay? we'll go over the end. We do apologize for that.
So, then there will also be sea monster hunting, 4 new hunting monster zones such as coral stoneback crabs, rock elephant, cliffside mountain sheep, and golden leaf snake. This is a higher tier hunting zone, and you'll need to use skills like rolling for smooth hunting. Rather than just collecting meat or hide, these are areas designed to yield byproducts like Resorka's coral and Kaffa's essence. There's also a chance to obtain obtain hunting trophies from these monsters, and the full body trophy from the rare golden coral stoneback crab grants hunting mastery plus 100 when used. As you can see on screen. Currently, sniper hunting is much more profitable than standard hunting, so we'll be expanding profit adjustments starting with regular hunting in Edania.
Okay, finally fishing. We're improving profits on the inland fishing, not to surpass Velia Beach, okay, but to bring inland fishing returns to closer to those at Velia. This is especially helpful for new adventurers who often end up far from popular fishing spots while following the main quest. Since there's no dedicated fishing class, fishing inland often feels less rewarding, and returning to popular spots can be a hassle. With this update, you'll be able to enjoy fishing anywhere without feeling like you're losing out. Another much requested feature: when selling fish to traders, you'll be able to select and sell only specific fish types in bulk. Use the sell same type function above the price list to sell all fish of a certain kind at once. I think
the Korean voice is a bit loud.
Okay, so I'll okay, at once. Okay, and for manual fishing, we're finally adding the auto discard by grade function. Previously, this was only available for auto fishing, but now you'll be able to use it during manual fishing too, making the process much smoother. But yes, guys, as we said, there was two things that we missed there that we will go over at the end of the ball. Okay, do not worry.
Next up are some quality of life updates. This time we've mainly focused on improving existing content, so we couldn't prepare a huge list of changes. But we all know you can never have too many quality of life updates. So today we'll still go through them one by one, even the small ones. First, remember the feature I showed you last summer, the one that instantly tags out your tag character with no loading? You really loved it back then. So I've been working hard again to get this mission done.
Okay.
First, let's take a quick look at the video.
Well, as you can see, the instant swap hasn't really changed, right?
Okay.
As you can see, the instant swap itself hasn't really changed. Sorry about that, but there's a reason for it. The next scene shows the character selection screen, and you'll notice there's no separate loading screen. When you're just changing characters on the same server, we're improving it so it swaps with no extra loading screen. Oh!
Technology.
Oh, that was instant.
Damn. Wait, pause.
Again.
And we're changing to a different character.
The same server, different server. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so one was like the tagged,
One was tagged.
and then the other one was to a different location.
While we were working on instant tagout, it kind of evolved into this as well. We think character swap loading times will feel roughly twice as fast as before. We're still ironing out small stutters and fixing any potential bugs, which needs a bit more time.
Oh, that looks so smooth.
Okay.
체감상 2배는 빨라질 수 있을 것으로 판단하고 있는데요. 이 과정에서 이제 자잘한 끊김 현상이나 혹시 모를 버그들을 수정하는 데 지금 시간을 조금 더 투자하고 있는 상황입니다. 또 연출도 좀
We also want to make the presentation look nicer. Since all of this is being developed as one package, we want to finish it together and then show it to you. We're currently in the final polishing phase, and if all goes well, we plan to release it to you sometime in March.
Okay. Yeah,
We'll see it through properly to the very end. Next is a feature to view other classes' skills.
Oh, this
You'll
is
be
nice.
able to check any class's skills directly from your own skill window. In PvP, you often wonder about your opponent's cooldowns, their CC, their defense effects. There are a lot of things you want to check, right? Until now, you had to have that class created first. And even then, you had to log in that character just to see its skills. From now on, you can just click View Other Classes in the skill window right above and see every class's skills in one place. So even while you're fishing or training mounts, you can study other classes' skills and quietly prep for PvP. Next, building on this year's family character location feature in the world map, you'll now be able to see all of your mounts directly on the world map.
Oh, nice.
You can see them in the stable UI now, but all stables show up, which can get confusing. It's hard to tell which mounts are out or are stored. That hassle will be gone with this change. We're also adding hotkeys for the world map. The goal is to cut down mouse movement while the map is open, by letting you set dedicated shortcuts on the world map. For example, for node war info or production nodes, you'll be able to jump between views with hotkeys you've set. Once you get used to it, we think using the world map will feel much smoother than before.
Okay, that's nice. Next, to help you not miss the right timing, we're adding an all-in-one alert system. If you tag content on the central market items you're interested in, you'll get a heads up when that content starts, or when the room or lobby opens for it. We already have separate notifications here and there, but since they're not in one place, they're hard to manage. With this, even adventurers trying to try new content will have a nice, clear starting point. Along with that, adventurer logs will also be combined. Right now, each book sits in its own tab in release order. And Morning Light and Edania even have character-based logs, so it's really hard to see your overall progress at a glance. We're merging all of this into a single UI, with the main questline included, so you can check your current progress much more intuitively. That's it for the quality of life updates. Even if we didn't cover it today, we're always looking to make improvements and add quality of life changes. Your feedback is always welcome.
That's a lot of good quality. I actually really like the tagging server swap change, or the character swap changes. Yeah, we've been here for nearly 3 hours. That's a lot.
It's been 3 hours already?
It's been 3 hours already.
Looking at chat, some no focus on solo content, no focus on party content.
Really? Yeah. You actually see that? Duality of chat.
Yes. Duality of BDO player.
Oh, and then we have actually a special guest from our
our very own
Siemetsu.
Siemetsu. Be right back, chat.
Mohamga 여러분, 안녕하세요. NEU Black Desert Siemetsu입니다. Welcome to the Mountaintop Adventures. Snowfall Crasher is back. Last winter, y'all were absolutely shredding the slopes. We saw gnarly jumps that defied engine physics, shortcuts that made us question our map design, and wipeouts so bad that we almost handed out Get Good titles. No, seriously. Because y'all loved Snowfall Crasher so much, this year we're writing it back with some cool updates. 함께 보시죠. Introducing Score Mode. Cruise down the slopes and grab objects to rack up points. The gold objects are worth more than blue objects. Gold objects spawn in spots that'll test your skills, so lock in. Points turn into, you guessed it, event seals, which you can exchange for rewards in, well, you know the place, the Manage Currency tab. Flex your trips in jump mode filled with cliffs, shortcuts, and brand new checkpoints. Miss one, and you'll eat a penalty, and that's no good. Speed mode. This will be where the best riders lay down track, as there will be more and narrower checkpoints. Miss one and you'll eat a penalty. On top of the new modes, this year you can see how you stack up against the best with the new rankings menu. Here, you can also watch the top 10 riders carve up snow with the replay function. If you're feeling extra competitive, you can also challenge them in Ghost mode. The Ghost is a copy of their character during their run. Here, you can follow their line and even lose to them when they're offline. So, if you end up losing to the Ghost, I guess that's proof that you're not as good as you think you are. We're also making a few quality of life updates, including getting rid of Lando signal flares for getting back up the mountain. You'll be able to start over after wipeouts by using the event menu. Pressing escape will allow you to restart or quit. So with just a couple of clicks, you'll be ready to full send it down the slopes again. And finally, for the ski bums out there who live and breathe snow, rewards will be coming to riders who hit the top 100 in the rankings. We're also preparing some potential cross-server competitions, so if you are stoked to rep your region on the mountaintop, keep your eyes open on the official website for more information. Snowfall Crasher goes live on December 24th. We'll see you on the slopes, adventurers.
Thank you very much, Je-Seok. Wansu.
Snowfall Crasher is making its return this winter. When we introduced the snowboard minigame last year, far more people enjoyed it than we ever expected. Even though it was a short event, there were plenty of adventurers who proved their skills with some unbelievable hand speed. So this time, we've prepared a proper rank system to make sure adventurers can really shine. Honestly, back then, I didn't want to lose either, so I practiced a lot. But there were some who unfortunately broke records thanks to bugs. So we've adjusted the rules. Last year it was all about just enjoying the ride. But this year, how you ride the board will determine your mode. Score mode, speed mode, or jump mode. Giving you more ways to play and enjoy the content. We're also adding a region versus region event, where adventurers can represent their region and challenge for the best record. Think of it like a regional showdown, a chance to heat up the winter once again. This winter, with the return of Snowfall Crasher, we hope you ride harder, faster, and have even more fun than last year.
Next up is the outfit showcase. Before we jump into the introduction, there's something I'd like to mention. In the equipment window, there's this show visor feature, right? In the past, it was one of those functions that didn't see much use. However, with the recent increase in new outfits and hairstyles, more adventurers find themselves wishing that they could use this option. The issue is that it gets disabled when your character enters combat, which has been a bit disappointing at times. If it didn't exist, adventurers would forget about it, but having it there and not being able to use it is frustrating. So, going forward, the show visor setting will remain active during combat. It would have been great if it was available during the snorkel sales, when it was most requested, but even though it's late, we've made sure to include this change. It will be patched in time for the upcoming winter outfit release. Now then, let's move straight into introducing the new winter wear. Adventurers, this winter we've crafted a brand new outfit called Spotlight. Since last year, we've been steadily releasing a variety of styles for adventurers to enjoy. And for this year end, we wanted to continue that trend, while adding a fresh new vibe. Around that time, we noticed many adventurers posting videos or screenshots using our modern-style outfits to create an idol-like look. Seeing that, we thought it would be great if we could help bring that concept to life. So, we designed this attire with a holiday music festival feel. Complete with a mic and the signature item of a singer. Am I ahead?
No,
To capture the Ascent stage of costumes, this new outfit was created to look natural and fitting on any character. And once again, we've offered multiple style variations, so you can choose the look you prefer without the mic. It works perfectly as a comfortable everyday look. And while it looks stylish on its own, we've matched the tone and style so that when multiple characters stand together, they look like one team. Whether you're adventuring, taking screenshots, or coordinating colors with friends for people you know, this outfit will blend in beautifully. This winter, we hope you will enjoy the festive year-end atmosphere in Black Desert and have a great end of the year.
Yeah, I think K-pop is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
And see a lot of people talking about customizing it.
이렇게 해서 겨울 이벤트와 신규 의상까지 소개해
But
주셨습니다.
how are you guys going to
처음에
customize it?
보여드렸던 목차대로
Me,
이렇게
I
지금까지
mean,
진행을 해왔는데
I like the
가장
Edania
신규
armor style.
의상까지
Me, I
소개가
like my
모두
glows,
마무리됐습니다.
and I'm gonna aim for
자,
those
원수님,
new glows that we
그래서
got earlier on.
that's true.
You
네,
know,
네,
yeah.
언제쯤 만나볼 수
Purple
Yeah,
or
yeah,
red?
Oh, they're actually. Let's look at the
Purple or
screen.
red? Oof.
Okay, let's check out the schedule together on screen. As you can see, unlike the last Heidel ball, we've bundled together updates planned for the more distant future.
So, Seraphim, December 17th. The season item and pass revamps. The hammer selection box. The Cron stone support from like Dark Rifts, Atoraxxion, and the Atoraxxion improvements. All December. Oh, so December 17th for the Korean server and December 18th for us. December 25th or 24th for Korea, December 25th for us. The snowboard event, the world boss improvements, the wild horse, the new wild horses, the War of the Roses improvements.
Right.
And then for December 31st, we have the Alchemy stone renewal, the Villa buff improvements, the gatherings improvements. And then January 7th, we have the Family Fame Fund improvements, the Blackstone selection box, and the Red Battlefield improvements. During January, Dehkia party zones, the Mirumok, Gyfin Rasa, the guild system improvements, and the weapon armor die, the effect die. Couldn't find the right word. I was like trying to read the Korean and I was like, I can't remember the English word for this. Oh, and the mount improvements, such as the mount EXP sack.
Right.
Yeah. And then in February, the new season of Arena of Solare, Node War, Conquest War improvements, War of the Roses improvements, and the Edania hunting improvements.
Sycraia.
And in March, we'll have Altar of Blood, and the tag character switch improvements. And there's also all these other improvements that we marches, like such as the class scale alerts, the world map improvements, all the hotkeys. Those will all be haven't finalized date yet, so they'll share it with us once they're ready.
Yep.
Yeah, and they want to mention that like it's often a challenge for them to make a precise schedule, and that's why we had like delays lately. Whenever like we do these, like we try to make a rough schedule for these Heidel ball, Calpheon ball events, but like we hope you can understand that sometimes plans do change, and that's I apologize for that. So starting next week, we'll have a series of updates coming right after another, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And we still got more to talk about.
Apparently, Je-Seok has one more thing to share.
So today we have some special news to share. Many of you may already know, but our new title, Crimson Desert, will launch on March 20th next year in Korea.
March 19th for us.
March 19th for us. This is a very exciting moment for us. But first, we want to express our gratitude to our adventurers. The reason we keep challenging ourselves is ultimately because of you. So today, we wanted to take this opportunity to say a sincere thank you. Of course, words alone aren't enough, so we've prepared a small gift. 10,000 Cron stones for all adventurers.
Another 10,000 as a like a token of our appreciation, because we've been supporting Black Desert.
Yeah.
And we want to express our thank you.
And with Crimson Desert launching soon, we know many of you are eager to play it. Pre-orders are open, and some may have already pre-ordered. We spoke with the Crimson Desert team and prepared some pre-order bonuses just for Black Desert adventurers. If you pre-order Crimson Desert, you'll receive special Black Desert items after its launch. We've prepared a short video to show the details.
Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
함께 보신 것처럼 프리오더 하시면 아두아나
As you saw, when you pre-order, you'll get the Ashen Crow horse gear for Aduanut, Mythical Aduanut, and Crocodalo, a tier 4 pet, Golden Star, and a Golden Star statue to place in your manor.
Nice.
Oh, and one Aduanut to equip your new horse gear onto.
Okay.
We did wonder if these bonuses would truly please adventurers, but we felt that offering nothing at all would be even more disappointing.
True.
Our art team worked hard on these rewards. An Ashen Crow horse gear in particular captures Crimson Desert's feel. We felt it was fitting to offer it as a pre-order bonus. I hope it becomes a meaningful gift to all of our adventurers. Thank you.
네, 이렇게 해서 오늘
And since that
준비한
concludes all the announcements we have for Calpheon Ball 2025, we've had a lot. We started with Seraph. We had so many PvE changes, PvP changes, life skill updates, events.
Yep. I mean, there's some life skill stuff that we still need to go over that you missed, guys, but we will do that at the end.
Yeah, as shared early on with the ball, the idea was they wanted to go back and refine current content with today's ball.
Very often we see fix old content first before adding new content, and that was the plan.
That was quite a lot recently as well. It's been a growing thing from you guys.
And now that we're coming to an end, let's see if they have a final message for us.
Okay.
First, thank you so much for staying with us until the end today. We always say we want to repay you with updates, but honestly, after the last ball, I felt a bit weighed down. There were times when updates got delayed, and since today's focus was on improving existing content, I'm not sure how you all feel about it. We've put a lot of thought into today's presentation, but we regret that there's still so much we couldn't cover. We'll continue to think about these issues from all angles and share more with you next time. It was great being able to see your feedback in the chat in real time. We'll make sure to deliver on everything we showed today and use your feedback to keep making Black Desert even better. Thank you.
Okay.
네, 또 문제에 있었던 아쉬움까지도 완수님께서 밝혀주셨는데요. 재성님도 한 말씀 부탁드립니다.
First of all, I sincerely thank everyone who tuned in today. Since last year, I've been focusing on the service side, and looking back, there are definitely things I wish we'd done better. In the past, even if we couldn't invite everyone in person, it was meaningful to still meet face-to-face with some of you. For viewers joining us online, it's great to share laughs while watching. And it's always nice to spot familiar faces in the audience. Moments like these help us to build a real sense of community. And maybe I've taken that for granted in the past. We're working hard for the future of our game, but I know there are areas you may not feel as strongly about. We'll work on the shortcomings we've noticed over the past year and make sure to communicate better so you don't have to worry.
저희가 앞으로는 좀 올해 이렇게 부족했던 부분들 또 여러분이 되게 불안하신 것들이 많이 있었는데.
Yeah, no, we really do appreciate chat, the patience on some things.
We always appreciate. We see the hearts in chat, and we do really appreciate that.
좀 소통했다면 좋았을 텐데 이게 되게 아쉬워서요. 저희가 앞으로는 좀 지금 되게 일방적인 어떤 소통이 된 것 같은데.
Je-Seok is mentioning that he feels that communication has been very one way, and he really wants to make communication more two-way, and he wants to work on that. And improve, kind of make more avenues to improve that communication between the team and you, our adventurers.
다음번에는 더 나은 모습으로 여러분을 찾아뵐 수 있도록 또 다짐의 말씀을 해주셨는데요. 두 분 너무너무 수고 많으셨고요. 정말 감사합니다. 자, 이제 무언가 여러분께서
she's hyping it up. One more thing.
One more thing.
사실 뭐
So we've given out quite a lot of rewards so far.
We have, yeah. There's been a lot of rewards.
but there's surely more.
As a token of our gratitude to everyone who stayed with us until the end, we've prepared a special final gift. Earlier, Wansu gave out a hammer, so I'll add 2 more choose your own transcendent hammer boxes.
2 more hammers?
2 more.
2 more hammers.
네, 여러분 어떠신가요? 지금
uh,
채팅창에 반응이 올라오고 있는데
I'm seeing a lot of hearts in chat, some pog.
계시거든요. 망치.
And of course, it won't be a ball without special login rewards. We'll show this as an image on screen.
Oh, that's a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10k extra cronies, chat.
10k Kronos, 200,
250, 200, 200, 200.
2 mythical
Okay.
sensors.
30
An
orange.
outfit box. I see an outfit box. Actually, I see 2 outfit boxes.
That's pretty juicy. It's pretty
Juicy,
juicy.
juicy.
2 mythical
구성이 돼
sensors.
있습니다. 지금 채팅창이 확실하게 더 활발하게
Very
반응이
nice,
올라오는
very
것
nice.
같아요. 여러분 좀 마음에 드시나요? 자, 그럼 완수님도 혹시
완수?
모험가님들을 위해서
Start?
준비한 게 있으신지요?
네, 저도 준비했습니다.
Yes, I have.
네, 우선 얼마 전에
Recently,
저희가
we held a global
글로벌
emoji
공모전
contest,
통해서
and
여러
adventurers
지역에서
from 10 regions
여러분들이 제작해
created
주신
emoji sets for
이모티콘
us.
세트가 준비됐었거든요.
We thought it would be
네.
meaningful
이거 어떻게
to give these to
해드릴까
everyone
하다가
as a
연예
ball
기념으로 모든
commemorative
모험가를
gift.
드리면 의미
Thank you
있겠다
again
생각을 했었어서
to everyone who
이것도
contributed.
함께 드릴
And of
예정입니다.
course, we can't forget
해주신
the
모험가분들께
usual
다시 한번
rewards.
감사드립니다.
네.
그리고 항상 드리던 보상이었던
Can't forget the
그
usual
무기
rewards.
교환권 상자
You'll
한
also
개랑
get
제일
1 weapon
특별히
exchange
주신
coupon
10개까지
box,
있습니다.
20 J's special
그리고
scrolls,
그
Okay.
and last but not least,
계속 이제
2
아는
more
맛이라고
choose your
말씀하셔서
transcendent hammer
Huh?
boxes.
아는
What?
맛이면 그냥 더 많이 드실
See
수
there
있게
네.
마지막으로
Spoils.
2 more.
2
Two
more! Yeah, nice. First time said
Hammer
it.
boxes
400.
plus 10,000 Cron stones and an advisor box 400.
Oh boy.
네, 여러분.
Oh boy.
400.
Oh boy.
That's a lot.
Oh boy.
너무너무 푸짐하게 준비를 해주셨는데요.
That's a lot
어떤
of
내용들이
rewards.
있는지 저희가 화면을
Okay.
통해서 한눈에
That's a lot of. I see
보여드리도록
a lot of
할게요.
W's in chat. That's a lot.
I see a lot of W's.
Look at that.
Oh my
Look at
gosh.
that.
Doesn't even
Look at
fit
that.
on the
Doesn't-
screen.
yeah. Oh, you see the coupon code, I think. Thanks for being with us.
Oh, there you go.
And the desert,
The
thanks
desert
you.
thanks you and thanks for being with us.
The thanks with an N.
Good luck, chat.
Thanks for being with us라고 해서 좀 의미를 담은
Good luck.
제품의 이름도 써봤는데
Let me know how you do.
THNX. The number 4. BEINGWING.
Hold on 1 second, just I didn't know.
US.
Quick.
Tap, 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 tap,
Someone
tap.
post it in chat so I can copy and paste.
Mods, put it in chat.
Mods.
바로 오늘부터 쓰실 수가 있습니다. 여기 있는
Yeah, guys, I mean, we really do appreciate it, and we hope these rewards are something meaningful for you as well.
Je-Seok seems to have one more.
I hope you all enjoy it, adventurers. Thank you. And to wrap up, should I call this...
Wansu.
Oh, Wansu just sneaking in. Never mind.
넣었는지에 대해서는 예전부터 설명을 드려왔어서 사실은 모험가분들께 이 소캡을 어떻게 처리를 하겠다를 안내하는 자리가 필요하다고 생각하는데 그걸 제가 뭐 저희가 이 자리에서 이렇게 뭐 함부로 말씀을 드릴 수
Just
없어요. 다 같이
Wansu has seen a lot of
논의를
comments about
하고
stuff like
준비가 필요한 영역이니까요.
improving.
그래서 어떤 걸 원하시는지 이해하고 있고 그것들은 저희가 잘
Yeah,
준비를
Wansu's
해서
seen a lot of
또
feedback,
이렇게
various things
하는
about what
자리를
players
따로
want or what
마련해
adventures have been sharing in
보겠습니다.
chat, and he's been reading everything, and he wants to make sure that he wants to
Yeah.
bring this address this in the future.
And to wrap up, should I call this a preview for next year? Since we're only meeting you online for this ball, we honestly feel a bit disappointed ourselves.
이게 지금 저희 앞에 사실 아무것도 없거든요. 이게 이렇게 외로운 건 줄 저도 해보니까 좀 알게 됐고.
So to make up for next year,
이 아쉬움을 좀 확실하게
this next year, we're preparing more opportunities to meet and talk with you in person. Let me share our plans up for the next summer. We've been holding events called VOA, where we meet adventurers from each region, share a meal, and enjoy activities together. We'll continue this next year as well. 2026 marks the 10th anniversary of NAEU services. To celebrate, we'll hold the VOA in Europe in February. And in April, we'll meet adventurers in Taipei, Taiwan. Then in May, we have 530, right? To celebrate, we'll host a VOA in Korea and meet with adventurers. We've held them in Seoul before, and last year in Daejeon. So this time, we'll find another great place. As I mentioned, next year is the 10th anniversary for our NA EU services. To celebrate, we'll continue the festivities with a Heidel Ball in the US in July. We've held many small and large offline events in different regions this year, and we'll keep that going as well. Next year, I hope to see more of your faces in person and say hello. Thank you.
So we have...
Just wants to thank everyone for watching till the very end, and we're hoping to have a lot of exciting things for the future. And with that, Calpheon 2025 does come to a close, but I think we can spend a little bit more time maybe going over what we might have missed, actually.
Yeah, we will be
also
doing
just,
that.
Clarify the Heidel Ball in the US in July and the VOA in Europe at the end of February, beginning of March.
Yeah. Okay, so
we will catch you up with the part we
That was
sadly missed
because of our
yeah,
internet
I found it here.
internet issue.
So we'll close this background shortly once it's finished.
And after
bye bye. Say bye to
bye
Wansu and
Wansu, bye
Just-
Je-Seok. And
wait.
we're gonna watch
take us off. Take us off.
오랜만이야? 개자식! 우리 누나 어딨어?
Okay, and we're back.
Any guesses in chat?
All right.
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what you've missed. Okay. So going back to the life skill section, I'll start off with what Je-Seok announced.
And after the life skill section, we will also show the huge update schedule in English one more time, so you can actually read it and have it in nice.
Absolutely. So again, we do apologize that it did cut off. Yes, chat. This is live. Hello. How are you doing? So let's go over it. So, Je-Seok mentioned, next, we have a new item to introduce. It's a treasure item for life skills called Nostos Returnstone. Nostos is an ancient Greek for homecoming, and as the name suggests, it lets you instantly travel to your residence. It is easy to use. Set up your campsite, equip the item, and you can instantly move to any manor or residence you've designated. You can also return your campsite from there. Being able to teleport to your residence opens up a whole wide variety of possibilities. Materials for crafting the Returnstone can only be obtained through gathering activities like lumbering and butchering. Unlike previous treasures, these materials can be listed and sold on the central market. The difficulty is set that gatherers can obtain them without too much effort, and any extra materials can be listed on the central market to be sold to other adventurers. We hope this gives life skillers a fresh goal to aim for.
And then we're gonna head to farming.
Yeah.
For farming, harvest times are changing. Previously, we discussed this as bountiful seeds via Global Lab, but we've decided to update the magical seeds you're currently using instead. If your crops grow within the optimal temperature range, growth time will be unified to 20 hours. This is roughly 4 to 5 times longer than before, but you'll also get more harvest and farming EXP to match. We made this change to reduce the time burden for crop management. With the new system, you only need to check in once a day. We hope this makes farming less stressful. Fertilizer and irrigation system items that affect growth time will be removed for now. We'll revisit and redesign these items to be more meaningful in the future. I think we covered the bartering, but I will quickly do the beginning because I was speeding through it.
I saw a question in chat. Yes, so the treasure item I mentioned earlier about the Nostos Returnstone can be sold on the central marketplace. Please go ahead, Laffy.
I will quickly go over the bartering because I was speedrunning it, so everyone has
Yeah.
the full picture. For bartering, we previously reduced the weight of level 1 barter goods in an update to increase quality of life, making it easier for new seafaring captains to get started. With this update, we're also reducing it for level 2 barter goods. Since maximum profits are determined by parlay in the Great Ocean, this won't impact balance much, but it will let you visit more islands per trip, cutting down on repetitive travel time. We're also adding new trade routes to Southern Camasylvia, the Land of the Morning Light, and Edania, along with new level 6 and level 7 barter goods. These high-tier goods will only be available in major cities and between towns, making for longer journeys but higher profits. However, to prevent abuse, level 6 and level 7 barter goods can't be transported via storage. And I think then we caught up with everything. The rest was additional hunting.
That's what
I'm sure we'll. I'll also go over everything on the maintenance stream next week as well if people have questions.
I think we can put the English picture on stream to show
the schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. So 12/17.
So these are Korean server dates, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can imagine
a day apart.
roughly 1 day after. But
go ahead.
I think the 12/24, 12/31 are accurate because for these 2 days we're moving the maintenance by 1 day due to holidays.
Okay.
So Seraph should be December 18
Yep.
with the Magnus simplification, season item, and season pass revamp. Choose your hammer box challenges, the 20 hammer boxes that you can get through AP/DP upgrades, and addition of Cron stones obtainable from Dark Rift, Atoraxxion,
and this is Atoraxxion progression
improvements.
Yeah.
So,
and that's like a total of 1,600 crons you can get with Pit of Undying per week.
And Seraph is right now going to be playable in the Global Lab right now. So
right after this boss, so probably as soon as we go offline, you can play it.
And for people in chat that are saying why Seraph not Savior, Savior was the code name when we initially announced it. It was mentioned in the ball, but Seraph is our actual class name.
Yes.
Okay, so for the 24th, we have World Boss. You went over that, did you just now?
No.
Okay, World Boss Improvements. Sorry, World Boss Improvements edition of Wild Horse.
For the World Boss Improvements, we made a schedule, or we will be making a schedule for you, and we will be looking into it. If you have any feedback, leave it on the forums, leave it on Discord. Let us know if. Because NAEU is such a wide region, and it's much more difficult finding a perfect schedule. So
time zones are scattered completely, so there is no perfect time. We understand that.
So if there's any feedback on the new schedule, it won't be that different to the current one. It's going to be mainly a lot less spawns, but each spawn will benefit you more.
So, World Boss Improvements, addition of Wild Horse varieties that we saw a little earlier, War of the Rose balance improvements, adjustments to life skill byproducts, contribution points. Okay, for the 31st.
Then on December 31st, the last day of the year, we'll get the new Spotlight outfit. We will also get the Alchemy Stone renewal, the Campsite Ferry buff improvements, farming growth time, 20-hour unification, and the show visor setting improvements.
Okay, nice.
January 7th.
And then January 7th.
That will be January 8th for us.
Yes. January 8th, we have the inaugural class of Olvia Academy. And
Olvia?
Olvia. I'm going back.
I'm going back.
Olvia Academy.
Increase to Family Fame Fund. Yeah, Primordial Black Stones to Failstack Exchange, and Red Battlefield improvements, Guild Raid improvements. To be fair, back in the day, a lot of people used to just say Olivia because
I can't break the habit.
We can't read, can we, chat? So yeah.
Yeah, and then in January, this is not a set date, but within January, we are planning to do the Stars and Rework. So it'll be one of the top tier monster zones next to Zephyros and Sycraia. We will also be adding the Dehkia party monster zones, Mirumok and Gyfin Upper, and the top tier monster zone Loot that I mentioned, which is the dye and the corrupt oil of immortality, I believe.
And whatever else they add.
That will add in the future.
Indeed.
Guild system improvements, mount growth method changes, mount item remote use, and inland fishing profit improvements.
Okay, nice. In February. So, sometime in February, we're going to get Sycraia Underwater Ruins, Abyssal and Upper Renewal. So, it is both of them. Arena of Solare, New Season. Node War, Conquest War improvements. War of the Roses system improvements. And Edania region hunting added. Okay, so yes.
Just because I saw something in chat about the season graduation, yes, next maintenance, your season character, the current one, will be forced graduated in preparation for the Olvia Academy.
And although it's not on here, in late February, we're also planning the VOA in Europe.
Yeah.
So we hope, we'll
let you know about
let you know
that
as soon as everything is finalized. But we hope you stay tuned for that.
And then in March, we have the Altar of Blood rework that we've been wanting for so long, and we've seen so much feedback in chat and everywhere. We're also getting the tagged character instant Tagout and the new Edania party monster zone.
Nice. Okay.
And then you can see a lot of the
of
your life improvements.
These will happen
in between.
Yeah, periodically throughout the
they just haven't set the finalized dates yet.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right.
And then obviously we've got a whole bunch of rewards that you've all seen.
You've probably all claimed
you've
already.
Probably already tapped.
Some of you have already used them.
Have you?
At least 20 of them they can only use from next maintenance.
Yeah, true. You're going to get another 20, possibly 20 clicks, up to 20 clicks, should I say. But yeah, chat, the best of luck. And everyone in our community, we want to say a huge thank you for everyone. It's always great to see you all here. And again, sorry for the little bit of a tech issue there halfway, but hopefully we cleared it all up here at the end. And yeah, we can't wait to see you again in future streams, in game, on the forums, in Discord. If you have any questions or any feedback, let us know. And again, thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Nox, Laffy, any
I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah,
I love seeing your reactions, reading everything.
Yes.
And love finally delivering on some of those wants and needs that you've shared with us.
Yeah,
thank you so much. And thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, and Ventures, I'll see you on the Global Lab for Seraph.
Nice.
Right.
Well,
Bye-bye.
enjoy your holidays and see you all soon. Goodbye.